Alrighty, what's up, gamers? It is finally here, the long-awaited 2.0 patch, which everybody's been super excited about. I've been excited about this. I don't think I've left lab, or rather training mode even, for I haven't done anything but labbing since the patch dropped, other than eating and sleeping. And I think it's been kind of like that for a lot of people. The back to basics patch that we stole from Tekken, finally here, and that's why we're running Bounty Hunters at least once, maybe twice. We've been on a little bit of a hiatus for a while, unsure what the future of Bounty Hunter is gonna be for the short term or even long term, but we'll celebrate this phenomenal time with some FT7s. We got a long night ahead of us once again. Full house, 7 matches, a lot of Jam. Although I didn't want to particularly make this event necessarily about Jam. She is the newest character, she is the newest toy, but it's pretty much the same for everybody. Like, everybody's character is just so different, and the whole game is so different. I guess it ended up aligning like this, getting a lot of Jam on the roster. But yeah, it should be okay. I think people are definitely curious what this character is all about. I think a lot of people have been trying her out as well, and I think the reception so far has been pretty good. Of course, well, I've heard opinions varying from side to side, but I think for the most part it's been more positive than negative. And she is that kind of a, fairly straightforward, powerful character, I would say. I think her difficulty probably arises from the fact that she is at heart a close-range rushdown type, so you do have to work a little bit for your neutral, although she does have the classic Jam neutral skipping as well, such as puffballs and what have you, dragon kicks, all that kind of jazz. But yeah, tonight's roster, other than the Jam, we're actually going to start with a double Testament versus Jam, which is going to be a huge contradiction between archetypes. We've got Testament with their new buffs that I think, from my perspective as an Old Testament player, kinda undermining the sort of the close range potential of Testament, which was a little surprising to me when I saw the patch changes, versus probably one of the biggest gorillas up to date, which is gonna be Jam. Like Jam and Leo White Fang, those classic type of super gorillas. And speaking of that, we are gonna have one of those on the roster tonight, as well as Radune Leo is scheduled for the 6th matchup of the evening there on the Leo. It's gonna be Leo versus Jam. The battle for I don't know what we're fighting for, but it's gonna be some sort of, gorilla versus silverback female kind of a face-off. Should be fun, considering what kind of players we have piloting that match. And then we do have 2 relatively high-level matches on the roster as well that are not Jam matches, which is the Rygand versus Zulck, super high-level match, and then Kaimitek versus ZoKHiZ at the end of the evening. Otherwise, it's gonna be Jam matches through and through. So let me get this ball rolling and get word to our first pair of the evening, which per schedule would be this one would be Mob versus Hoplan. I was dreading a little bit making the roster earlier this week. I really wanted to put Hoplan in on Nago Ryuki, because I think Nago was one of those rather one of the more interesting kind of changes that we got in this 2.0. Got a completely new move, and sort of a rework, not really rework, but rework to his kind of how his blood works a little bit, how it comes back with like instantly from the bite, how the sort of the defensive modifiers changed a little, how certain blood levels modified his frame data, such as like 5 heavy getting faster, even faster than it was already. I mean, it's not super fast to begin with, but for the button that it is. Yeah, needless to say, I really wanted to put Hoplan in as Nagoriyuki, but it kind of aligned better with the sort of jam matchup here. No Hoplan, yeah, it's unfortunate, but I think we're probably going to see Hoplan on Nagoriyuki in the future at one point or another. If nothing else, then at the next Finnish regionals. Is that going to happen? We have the whatchamacallit, the Half Moon tournament coming up next month, on the month of May. That's something to look forward to for the Finnish Guilty Gear Strive tournament scene players. Is Bounty Hunters maybe back? I'm not sure yet. I can't answer that based on my current vibes, but I think we're gonna be back for at least 1 or 2 weeks to celebrate 2.0. I'm super excited at the moment. Like I've as expected, when you are, how should I put this? When you are a when you are a fighting game autistic person, such as myself, you kind of get really invested when stuff is happening. Even though they say nothing ever happens, I assure you, shit is happening right now in Guilty Gear Strive. It's been pretty exciting, and with that excitement comes inspiration, and maybe we can find but a little bit of strength, a couple of weeks in a row to do at least a couple of these sets. So stay tuned. Anything can happen at this point. Do we have mob though? Mob is looking to be hidden on Discord side. We do have Hoplan though. Let's give it a couple more minutes to see how we're gonna structure the evening tonight. Other than that, I think things are looking pretty good to be played, like, whatchamacallit. Everything should be okay to be played as per schedule. I think the only one we have to keep an eye on is that I think I have to message Jalis during the 3rd set to give him a go sign to relocate himself from the offlines to the confines of his own home to play the set. Maybe we should schedule Jalis in general a little bit later into these events, because they do run the weeklies over at the northern regions in Finland. Even if we can't run this one right away, we do have basically the same stuff, same exact stuff for the next one, where Yappie and HiWill are scheduled to play. Also Testament versus Jam. Actually ping Will and Yappie, see what the situation is, if we could potentially play that one first, if Mob doesn't show up in the next couple of minutes. Okay. Howdy everybody. I hope everybody's been liking 2.0 so far, because I think something that I said earlier in the Sim Discord side is that there probably are like two types of people. The ones who absolutely prioritize competitive integrity. And I think a lot of, if not everybody, maybe not everybody, but a lot of people can agree that the 2.0 competitive integrity, at least on its, like, on the apparent first look, looks kind of good, much better than, like, historical Guilty Gear Strive. So there's a group of people who absolutely values the competitive integrity, and then there's the latter group that just wants to have fun. And these are kind of like some of the sort of arguments that I've seen a lot of people make. So technically, I think objectively the game is better this patch, but is it more fun is the question. And if you have a group of people who just want to have fun, just want to do like crazy stuff and doesn't necessarily care that much about, you know, balance, it could stand to reason that this version is not as good for them as the previous versions of Guilty Gear Strive that have been fairly crazy. I think everybody can agree on that this is kind of a crazy game overall, has always been. But this patch is a sort of a step back a little bit, reducing the power level and trying to build a little bit more healthy base for what is to come in the future. So to circle back to my earlier point, I do hope that a lot of people can derive enjoyment from this new iteration of Guilty Gear Strive. I sure have had a blast so far. There was a lot of stuff that was kind of, I guess if you want to use the word toxic, you could use the word belligerent, you could use the word crazy, you could use a lot of different words. Mechanics that, you know, some people liked, a lot of people didn't, and a lot of it is gone now. And I think a lot of people have had to gone through sort of certain stages of grief, because you have to let go for the bigger picture, for a better tomorrow. You have to let a little bit of that go, in a sense. Like it is toned down, but at the same time everybody is toned down, so people are kind of like at the same, hopefully at the same sort of position. Of course, you know, certain types of meta structures are bound to surface as we play this game, as we learn more about the new version and start to figure out who are the big winners and who are the big losers moving into 2.0 era. But we have our gamers ready to go, so I'm gonna hop into the first match of the evening. It's gonna be 2.0 first Bounty Hunters match. Will on that new shiny gem go up against Yappie on the Testament. Now, Testament is fairly interesting, even though I didn't initially sort of comprehend all of the changes, like why did they do the things that they did? Because it does seem like Testament got toned down quite a bit, even though they weren't necessarily a problem character in the meta. But one thing I want to know, as a former Testament player myself, is that this iteration of Testament gets to throw a little bit more, or has more incentive to throw fireballs. I would say personally that the S Grave Reaper is one of the greatest tools in Testament's kit, and now there is a little bit more incentive to keep throwing the S Grave Reapers, because you can stack the curses upon one another. So you get to play that keep away game a little bit more before you kind of have to transition eventually to the cash out period. Going in with the first curse. Oh, actually not choosing to throw the curse, but going in with the teleport. I think this is the signature Yappie style. Frame trap from the 2S into wall break. And get that with a 6 heavy. Will still has all of the stocks ready to go. Opening up with the Rygand. Still with the Geki cards and the new, what's the new special move called? Rutsu? Or maybe colloquially called, has the I think the community hasn't really come up with colloquial names for the heavy special move yet. It's kind of like a slide or stomp of sorts. Ooh, get the parry there, and the follow-up that you can launch from your 5-frame parry, as Jam is fully invulnerable as well, so cannot be punished. Going in with the puffball, classics, die hard, or maybe they don't die at all. This version is puffball -8 though. Ooh, great catch there on the landing frames. Didn't quite get the conversion on the stain pop, but Yappie is gonna take the first one. Of course, with the confidence of a long-time Testament player. Not a lot, I mean, some things have changed, but, you know, a lot of it is still the same, technically. You are still that sort of keep-away character. Maybe even more so than before. Here comes the first stain. I think I saw one occasion where a double stain was applied, and it does give you like a slightly different kind of sort of animation. It gives you like a red kind of glow when you stack 2 stains upon another. To the empty teleport. Will was ready to check that with the puffball. All cards available into Dragon Kick. That was probably really close to breaking the wall. That card at Rygand is a lot of damage. I think, oh, no, actually, you do need to get the clean hit, right? I think that's one thing I learned about Jam recently. Oh, the close slash! Even though reduced potential as anti-air, still catches Will coming down, and this could be a wall break. Misses with the upgrade Reaper. That was one of the nerf points, if I recall correctly. Doesn't quite float as much as in the past. That is not E, and it's also not plus anymore. Testament. Nice dodge on the Ryuchui from the air. You can use that H special move from Jam from the sky. Basically all of her special moves going with the Gekirin. And Gekirin from the front is slightly minus, but if you do cross up with it, ends up being plus. They're also putting on showcase the new command hop that Jam got on her new iteration. Who stole my command hop? Asks Sim players from Exerd. Yeah, Jam got it. There's a lot of characters who did get those command hops. It was first Mei got one out of her dolphins, and now we actually have just a straight up same kind of command hop that Sin had in the past. Who can we throw here? Yes, indeed. Into the corner you go. But now, since the frame advantage of Crow has been lessened, I'm not sure how well Testament's pressure game works anymore. Big corner carry there with the non-card at Rygand. Takes a charge on the Rygand afterwards as well. I think one of the greatest sort of, if you do choose to card Rygand, the K special move that you see on Will, you're kind of looking like that one-touch, one-hit confirm. Or you're just looking to go for a madness neutral skip and just Dragon Kick full screen. It is really fast, and on counter hit, it does a lot of damage and a lot of corner carry. I think hard knockdown as well. It is very risky though. All kinds of Dragon Kicks are gonna be basically punishable. So if you don't have 50 meter to combine with it, you're probably gonna take a big fat close slash punish for that gamble if it doesn't pay off. Also, how the players from Shambadang stream? Well, the first matchup of the evening, we got scheduled 2 Jam versus Testaments right off the bat. Oh, missed with the Crow, so no curse there. Pouncing out of there with the Dragon Kick. Can combo with the 50 meter, and now into this. Basically, what is Jam's... Ooh, wait a second. The Gekirin cross-up didn't activate. I think the backwards hitting hitbox is a little slower than the forward one. So Yappie was able to get a quick anti-air there. Opening up with the Dragon Kick once again. It does make sense that Will is sending these wild Dragon Kicks, especially with the 50 meter, in a matchup like this where you are fighting basically a zoner. Because Jam kind of doesn't like to get zoned. She enjoys being in the front of the battle, enjoys a lot of good buttons that are stubby but great for close to mid-range pressure, good frame advantage on all of them, and allows you to transition. Oh, that gets in on the heavy Grave Reaper. Low Arbiter Signs, into the curse we go. And now this, basically the standard curse sort of RPS or metagame is still the same. You are looking for a strike that will kind of do like a small mini RC if you manage to strike them. If you stack them up, they pop the opponent up even higher and do even more damage. Although to compensate, the single curse or the single stain pop has been reduced in efficacy a little bit. Oh, interesting. Going for the deflect shield there immediately. But Yappie not yielding, not losing, and still looking like doesn't want to lose. Oh, there we go. Straight through the Crow there. The Crow is a little bit faster, but speaking of faster, the puffball is mighty fast as well for Jam. Ah, the reduced efficacy of the upgrade Reaper there can't combo anymore as far as I know. Oh, tried to go for a parry there. Yappie was ready with that throw. A nice interception, goes for a combo as well. That could have probably been a super wall break, so probably a good idea for Yappie. Teleports out of there, and puffball once again. The Crow is relatively high profile, and a lot of the stuff that Jam can do, for example, Bakshu, her command dash, that does is basically required for the initiation of puffball. All of it is quite low profile, so you do have tools to go under stuff like standard far slashes, or just, you know, high profile projectile poking, such as the such as sending the Crow for a testament. Early burst for Yappie. The burst for Will as well, negating the effect of that curse in the corner. Will has been able to build quite a lot of meter. Oh my god, that was a really low altitude air throw, almost like a hard read. Spending the juice on the Dragon Kicks, decent amount of corner carry. Trace on the 2S on Jam side. And now, a little early there on the throw. Can't PRC that anymore either. We're doing organic strike throw here. No bailouts anymore, even if you have meter, if you commit to that throw. Nice whip punish. This is the full sequence, but still has a lot of juice to go with. Send the Dragon Kick as a frame trap. Keep up the pressure. Jumping over, couldn't quite get it. The jump heavy would have been pretty great there. Jump heavy for Jam is a classic way of basically cleaving the air all around you. So if you are in a position where you're kind of like crossing up and you need a cross up normal, jump heavy will definitely do the job. Initiating with a 6P into no curse throw, as we know often from Yappie, loves to use the possession instead quite a bit to go in close and personal. First here to avoid getting cornered. Goes for a neutral Crow there. I missed if the Succubus marker was on the field yet. Good position, finding a 5K, 2D into teleport forward. Neutral jumping is surprisingly good against puffball. If you're trying to neutral skip with the puffball, it's reasonable to assume that you can't quite tag them on the way up, although it's going to be quite hard to jump out of the huge red box of puffball if Jam is close range. Coming down to Ryuchi, very hard to anti-air because it lands you so fast and goes for like into like a low posture position. I think one of the most tricky tools in Jam's kit is that heavy special move, the Ryuchi. Seeing the neutral Crow again, probably expecting Will to try to struggle out of there and try to jump. There we go once again. Puffball negates the curse. Doesn't quite get the clean hit on Ryujin, so not getting a wall break straight off the bat. I'm actually not sure how to route into a clean hit Ryujin, which is supposedly the condition that makes the wall break immediately. Wall break, going into positive bonus, and since you don't break wall with the... Ooh, was a little late there on the cancel! And takes the full brunt of Yappie's close slash. The little hesitation there. I think the idea was there, trying to confirm that, oh shit, my Dragon Kick actually got blocked. Tried to go for the RC, but it was too late. Yappie's already going for the big punish close slash and gets a counter hit with it as well. Who started with a 2 heavy, straight into Ryujin. You are boxed in the corner now. Or even better, I think Jam doesn't even care about corner boxing. We're just full-on gorilla when we get to this point. Try to go for a Dragon Kick, colliding with the birdie. Ooh, that's a nice whiff punish there. Sees the 6 heavy whiff, full screen, goes for the dragon kick. The dragon kick is so fast, actually. If your opponent dares to use any of your any kind of move that is really slow on recovery, that Rygand ought to take care of it. Oh, nice side switch combo. Drops it at the end, but the position is still good. A clean ABC into dragon kick is gonna take the round. We'll definitely, in the current state of things, of course, this is week 1. In fact, this is like, what, day 3 or something? Players still haven't had a whole lot of time on these brand new characters, so it's reasonable to assume that not necessarily everybody knows how to perfectly use all of Jam's tools. And considering the matchup that we're fighting here, Brawler versus, or Rushdown versus Zoning, it's reasonable to assume that one special move will probably triumph over the others. Here we go, can we get a finish? Not quite, sending the Crow. Yappie hasn't been using the curse almost at all during this set. I mean, the sort of the curse has been applied, but it hasn't been triggered. Have you all noticed that? Yet, Yappie is doing really good. Stain Pop-less gameplay? Oh, straight into the 2 heavy! Don't need Stain Pop here when you get those big starters. Using the hop kick into pressure. Keeping it up, Ryuchui. Even if you do the non-carded Ryuchui, the heavy special move, it's still very safe on block, -4, and space is out, so cannot be thrown. The stagger pressure. Finding a hit, 6k confirm into the dragon kick. A little combo, but we take it. Looking potentially for a wall break here. Is that a safe jump? That is in that safe jump using the what's it called? Chojin or something? The command hop. Oh, and fights away inside the guard, or not even a guard, straight through the fireballs with the fast start of a Bakshu plus puffball. It's so fast. And that's kind of why you see Yappie sort of cleaving the ground here a lot with buttons such as like Testament's 2K or 2 heavy. Just trying to put active frames on the ground that can potentially stop that Bakshu coming in from Jam or her command dash. As far as challenging the puffball hitbox itself, it is a little dangerous. So if the puffball is very well spaced, there probably isn't a lot of stuff in this game that can challenge it just like that, because it has so much disjoint. There we go, full screen corner carry from a single Rygand. Block on the low arbiter. Gets Will in momentarily, -4 on the Ryuchui. Yappie takes their turn. Oh, frame jump into the heavy fireball. I'm actually sure if that's a counter hit starter, that should still give you a decent combo, right? It's just that if you try to combo into the heavy Reaper, the up Reaper from stuff like 2K, 2D, it's much worse than previous versions. Coming down with the Ryuchui into a throw. Are we gonna take a card? Yes, indeed. This time the heavy card goes for the Ryuchui immediately. Maybe unfortunately taking the hit. I think the efficacy of Ryuchui, the heavy special move from Jam, actually goes down if you do take the hit. It's kind of like comparatively a little bit better if the opponent blocks it, because it's so damn plus. In fact, like +6, I think. It is still a very decent combo tool. And there we go. Will slowly warming up. Taking a straight 4 losses ain't a thing. We're gonna run it back, says Will, on the new character. Figuring out the interactions. Oh, the puffball goes active before the X-Reaper. The puffball is, what, -8, I think, on block, so there are consequences, even if you can make it like... Even if you can make it very spaced and basically nigh unpunishable. Ooh, tried to use, I think, Deflect Shield to land faster there, but was basically the juggle combo string, or rather a block string from Yappie there. Quick RC, because the Rygand was blocked. Ooh, the Ryuchui. Such a weird hurt box. It's like, it's surprisingly safe during the descent. Even if you use it on as an airborne Jam. I've noticed like it's really hard to hit her with anything while she's airborne in the heavy special. Look at the counter hit onto S2 heavy. Will using the burst. Pushing towards the corner, safe jump. And gonna get the wall break. Nice. Teleporting for a little bit of extra damage instead of doing the crow for the curse. Don't care about these curses. Ooh, crossing maybe accidentally. Rygand still gives a good amount of corner parry towards the left corner. Hopping out of the hungry hippos, teleporting into, maybe getting, I don't think that was a punish, but that was a really great attempt to anti-air on the landing frames. Curse has been applied, there we go! First, is this literally the first case of actually getting realistic value for the stain pop? Duel 1. Holding Will still in a block string. And getting killed there. Oh, there we go. The blocked Rygand, showing that it is very, very minus. Let to go for a parry. Once again, Yappie is on top of it. Double cross up first on the possession and then run under. Will finds a hit, but Yappie still had the burst. Keep them in the corner, can get the wall break. Positive bonus. This is gonna print that good old cash in terms of meter. RC once again goes for the reversal. Super! And catching Will, trying to go for stagger pressure. Once again, teleport out of the harm's way of the strikes of Will. Nice. I think that was a close slash starter, right? So can still do the heavy reaper juggle that we used to do back in the day. Oh, whoa, too close! In a dead zone, the Arbiter sign initially whiffed. But now taking the teleport, Will using the heavy special move as kind of like an escape Tatsu of sorts to get out of there. It's kind of tricky to anti-air her when she has so many different ways of altering her sort of momentum and her angle. But now Yappie, after those 2 wins from Will, turning up the heat once again and closing in on the 7 points, potentially putting a first W here on a 2.0 Bounty Hunter's history. Oh, nice engagement there. The deep dash forward, far slash. The far slash from Jam is, as far as I've understood, also a 9-framer. So that is the fastest possible style of far slash that we have in the game. So even though it's stubby, yeah, it is maybe even shorter than some 5Ks in the game. Look at the Yappie with the low altitude air throw once again on top of the action. The charge on the Rygand. Now be really careful here. If you whiff, you might eat a dragon kick. Do you want to see my dragons? Oh, that's gonna whiff, right? And a big close slash punish. Ryuchui getting the wall stick. And now Will with a massive life advantage. Not necessarily over yet. Small hit on the jump D coming down. Teleport into. Unfortunately, that was a far slash instead of a close slash. Close slash would have definitely given Yappie an opportunity to turn the round back on its back. Ooh, the foot sees both players whipping the K buttons. Will finds a confirm into Rygand. Into the corner we go, and another one! Can we pick that up? No, not even on counter hit. Or maybe needed a faster button. Bait the burst. Looking good for Will. Using the super that puts all your cards on the table. We got potentially really good conversions here. Out of which, Dragon Kick. Clean hit. I think that was the first clean hit Dragon Kick of the set as well. I guess you have to be... Is the clean hit like you have to be close enough to both your target and the wall to get the immediate wall break? It hits like a truck. It's something really crazy amount of damage. Like, it's more than 150? Something like that. It's just like absurd. Basically, the card that Rygand does almost like a full BMB combo worth of damage or more. Ooh, the crow comes out just in the nick of time, preventing Rygand from traveling all the way in. Gorilla is here to have fun. What we gonna do? Wall break with the 6 heavy. And now once again, Will in a massive life advantage. Trading with the 2Ks, teleporting out of there. That's one way you can kind of like follow up even though your Dragon Kick misses or is blocked. If you RC like super fast, you can go for we can go for like a jump-in mix-up of sorts. You do have a lot of different kinds of options, especially since Jam has the jump D as well, which allows her to like do air gatlings, 1 overhead, 2 overhead into landing, combined with her Ryuchui as well, which sort of lands her extremely fast into a low. Speaking of which Yappie was able to counter this time, or rather anti-air this time around. Oh, those K buttons are going to town, and now finds a Gekirin. Immediate burst from Yappie. Coming down with the Ryuchui, can't anti-air this, but the 2K2D on the backdash. Oh no, the Dragon King ends up completely whiffing, and Yappie getting a combo potential of their dreams. Cross up with the forward dashing momentum. You can get a cross up on the Gekirin. The axe kick, her S special. And if you do cross your opponent up, even if they block, it is going to be a plus on block. One of those things. And there's a lot of stuff that is plus on block for Jam. Understandable for being a Queen Gorilla. All the stocks on board. There we go with that Dragon Kick. Clean hit once again, immediately taking the wall into massive damage. We are definitely not done yet. Will can't lose. And maybe won't lose. Storyline developing in front of our eyes. Does need 3 more games though. Oh, are we good here? Ooh, that was a nice Matrix dodge. The downside, putting themselves in the corner. However, Will does skip into the guard with that Dragon Kick. Speaking of skipping into the guard, sending the Crow this time around. Nice jump out of the Arbiter sign. There we go with the pop, with the curse pop into combo as well. Apply it again. I wonder, so on block, unlike standard block, the Crow is very minus. Is that also the case if it hits? I do need to look at Testament's frame data when the event is over. I barely had time to look at what other characters have been up to because I've been so neck deep into labbing my own character and generating resources. Go with the stain once again, be careful. Ooh, puffball. Bets it all with a huge box of red. Here we go. Dragon Kick loaded once again. There we go. Is it gonna break? No, not quite a clean hit. Checks the advancing hitbox of, I think that was a too heavy. Not a really great close range pressure move for Jam. Going with the Chojin. Flipping into Dragon Kick. That's gonna actually stick to the wall. I think the normal Ryujin can't clean hit, correct? So it doesn't have the functionality that a carded Ryujin has, which is that you can immediately break the wall. Arbiter sign, teleport out of there, nice, completely reversals the positions. But Jam, extremely mobile character as she is. Maybe, like, if you don't consider the triple jump and double air dash of Milia and Chip, she might be one of the most mobile characters in the game. Having not only, like, super fast movement and good air buttons, but also a lot of special moves that move her around the screen, just like that, with all the stocks. Oh, nice teleport out of there. Oh, we got the cross-up Gekirin into a carded Ryujin. Those two simple moves together, delivering so much punishment. Keep it simple. Even if you keep it simple, it is still very powerful. The Jam is that kind of a character. If you're looking for simple and powerful, definitely look no further than this gal. Nice, holds the S-Crave Reaper a little bit for a frame trap. Ah, the 2S a little bit too stubby there. That is the curse of this character. The moves, the buttons can be very stubby, but they do have extremely good frame data. And that 2S that Will has been wielding quite a bit in that close to mid-range position is one of her like secret tools. If you haven't looked at the frame data of Jam, it might escape you why the 2S is great. It is only -2 on block. That is S button that is -2 on block. That is absurd. One of the cornerstones of her stagger game, or stagger pressure. Ooh, the 2 heavy cleaves the air. preventing Ryuchui from coming in. Set point Yappie. Do or die for Will here. Are we gonna persist? Another Matrix dodge. Gets a 6P in there. And now, going for a little bit of a left-right. Will ain't too phased about that. 6-pin into the right direction. Dragon kick, soft knockdown, but we still have pressure. Get the throw, maybe even a card. No, we go for an OTG instead. Just work with the classics, work with the standard, basic stuff. No funny business! Oh, but funny business unfolding exactly here. Yappie getting a drive-by close / anti-air as Will crosses over. Bound to happen on this character because you have a lot of different ways of crossing the opponent up. Got him with a far slash. No confirm though. 50 meter into a checkmate 5D tap. Will still alive somehow. But this is still a set point position. Ice goes under the 6P using the 2S that we were talking about earlier. Stagger 2K finds a counter hit into a big combo. Look at the damage. Misses the super input, I reckon. Or there is a... Oh, nice slide there under with the Bakushu. Try to go for a Bakushu again, but a 6P catching Will there. Burst out of the corner. Yappie is gonna have theirs ready to go. However, from the scramble situation, falls into a low. Burst out of there. Is it gonna be enough? Dragon kick, no wall stick. Need one more, plus 10. HiWill disengages. Yappie goes forward, full steam. Jump D, little touch, land, and a 5 heavy. 6-6. Oh my goodness. It was 2-6 at one point, and then you blink, and it's 6-6. Will, one of the senior players in our community, going in with the new character, needed a couple games to warm it up, but that Dragon Kick based gameplay has been paying off. Had enough time here to charge all of the stocks. So how it works, you can go for a fast charge to get one of the cards of your choosing, or you can charge a little bit longer. I think it's like 50 frames, is it? That it takes to charge all of them. Roll slash punish, here we go. That's a counter hit as well. New system change that all reversals are now in counter hit states, not just DPs. Deck on the throw, Ryuchui, -4. Got caught pressing a button. Yappie knows the frame data. Again, the Dragon Kick is so close to crazing the top hat, but not quite there. To the other side, that's so much mobility. That's so dirty. Skipping to the other side with the instant air dash, or rather just an air dash, and jump heavy takes care of it. Cleaves everywhere around Jam in the air. Gets there with a far slash before the fireball goes online. -4, Yappie's turn. But now, looking for potentially the kill. Suddenly, it's set point Will. Does this reach? Yes, indeed. All the cards on board. Next touch surely kills, right? Waits for the burst! The RPS knew that there... I think that's a combo starter. I think the card Ryuchui is a combo starter, which Yappie was probably leveraging in that moment of desperation. We have to burst unless... it's gonna be, or other, and if we don't, it's gonna be over, right? But Will knew it as well, and I think, now that I remember, that Ryuchui, the heavy special move that Will use to come down from the sky, is one of the fastest moves to recover in the game. 3 frames of recovery. I shit you not, 3 frames of recovery, so it's an excellent YRC or burst bait. If you're holding block, I think there's nothing you can do about it. Like, if it lands on block, you just have to hold it. Because if you go for your reversal mechanics, Jam's just gonna recover in time. It's nutty. It is absolutely nutty. Okay. First Jam matchup under our belt. Let me check if Mob is available. Can we potentially play our first match yet? I think I see Mob still offline on Discord. So maybe we move on to the matchup card number 3. really what's gonna end up happening. Also, yeah, let me do some quick TO in. Get Raven and Emu in. Also, message Jalis, I think, to give him a notice that we are moving closer towards his set. And yeah, we are gonna have more jam here, changing the pace a little bit. Two characters who want to go in and want to stay in. And both similarly quite mix-up oriented. I think Baiken maybe a little bit more mix-up oriented, and then Jam a little bit more just in general pressure oriented. Has a lot of, you know, great buttons to stick, be very sticky and stick onto the opponent, but also has the capability of go for those mix-ups. It's not just strike throw that she does, it's capability to do left rights with Gekirin and her jump heavy. Can of course do high lows with Gekirin versus like Gekirin from the front, and Ryuchui as that low stomp move or the slide move. It's I'm a little hesitant calling it a slide because she does go airborne for a moment before she slides into the opponent's DMs with the low. It's a very peculiar special move because it kind of like visually it fakes people out. It fakes your opponent out and kind of looks like it could be a command hop, it could be a Gekirin, it could be a jump cancel, it could be like a lot of different things, but then it just lands Jam basically immediately and goes for a low. Very fun kind of move if you're the Jam player. We do have Raven. Let me see. Did we have Emu as well, ready to go? I think I saw Emu in the chat earlier. That's a funny thing. Somebody just called Ryuchui is it Jambit Bringer? Not quite Bandit Bringer, but Jambit Bringer. That is pretty funny. And accurate as well. Curses, do we? Damn. Is it one of those awkward times when a player is like, okay, I need to do something real quick, and then going for like a bathroom break or something like that? I do know that we definitely have Jalis ready to go. Could try ping Detada as well. changes that Baiken got. So Baiken, I do know that 2S works much better now in conjunction with 2 Heavy. She actually has like a combo string from relatively far away to S2 Heavy that you can do now. And Heavy Kabari is faster. So what else was there? I think it's like, in my head, Baiken's like neutraling options got a little bit better. But I'm not sure what she actually lost. Oh yeah, no H Kabari HKD as well. Yeah. So it doesn't really get the classic, the standard knockdown anymore. I do wonder what the Baiken players do with that. Do they just take the soft knockdown, or can they route into something else potentially? Okay, no sign of Emu at the moment, so let me ping Detada and Jalis to check if they could potentially take the next one. Sorry about the hassle in between. It sometimes it do be like that. Life happens in mysterious ways. I bet like Emu was probably banking on playing the matchup number 3, but since we had to skip the number 1 match for now, things ended up happening. Okay, we have Detada and Jalis ready to go, so let's do this one first. This would be another jam match. But it is Bedman now. From a zoner into a close range clash to, what should we call this? Bedman is a little hard to classify. Bedman is definitely a special character. And the changes that Bedman got, I think, mostly revolve around the enhanced errors that you can get if you use the special move that stalls your error application. Makes them come out as empowered errors now, or enhanced, or whatever the community calls them. Better errors, more flames, more explosion, more fire, if you will. Lost some of the jump in efficacy, so I think jump slash and jump D were nerfed a little bit. Jump slash in that it does not vacuum as much anymore, whereas jump D, I think jump D lost the air options after landing it on block or hit, so you can't double jump out of it anymore or anything like that.
Mankind knew that they cannot change society. So instead of
First, the other changes, I can't remember what else Bedman got off the top of my head, but I think the errors are the sort of the selling point of Bedman changes. I could pull out the whatchamacallit, the patch notes and do a little bit of scouting between the downtimes.
Bedman versus Jam. Duel.
Yeah, I don't understand a lot of these changes. Let's just dive in. Okay, so second matchup of the evening. We got Jam versus Bedman here. Jam piloted by Jalis, who is one of those enthusiast fighting game players who generally love to pick up a character initially when they come out. and piloting them with a good game sense of a generalist fighting game player. Plays a lot of games, plays a lot of characters, and plays with a very particular type of what's a good word to call? I think like if you speak Japanese, like Tsuyoki would be a really good description for Jalis's playstyle. Very cocksure for sure. Cannot be negotiated with very easily, as I think I usually want to end up putting it. Looking for that first way to get in. If that puffball is blocked, you don't necessarily get to do much from that. You do get a little bit closer to the opponent, but can't necessarily engage from that. You often sort of end up backdashing or jumping or doing something to get out of harm's way, because it is minus 8 with 6p here. Not able to get the shenanigans out close range. Here comes the jump, and a lot of good options as well from Jam as a jump. Baits the burst, commits to it as well. Jalis with the patience. No half baits here. Only full on get wrecked kind of gameplay. Jump D hits. Does that hit from both sides as well? I'm not sure if that was front or back. Deflection straight into the super. That's a nice sequence. Pushing Bedman out of the forward moving normal too heavy to guarantee that there is going to be a gap. Followed up by the reversal super, which is one of the furthest reaching reversal supers in the game that Jalis used there. The... what's it called? Chokyaku Gorium or something? Which moves Jam forward quite a bit, so can catch opponent whiffing something or baiting something almost like half screen away. Got with the jump slash into the error, and a bar slash counter hit straight in the corner. Playing perfectly in tandem, the 5D and the error there. No counterplay available, especially with these resources. Fire C into... did you just wire save me into mid-range? This goes in back with Ryutsui. Finds a 6p, nice interruption there. Into the corner we go. Gets anti-aired from the normal jump. You have to be really careful, like, when Jam goes airborne, it could be like, if you're not quick on realizing what just happened or what kind of option she played, it's really easy to get like, whatchamacallit, decision, or not decision fatigue, what's the word I'm looking for? Mental stack, because there's so many things that she can do from those jumps and things that look like jumps, such as this heavy special move here. Even looping it with the minus, like the uncarded version, which is -4. Which is surprisingly hard to catch when well spaced out. Oh, that's gonna be a punish though! Jalis was not even close to the RC yet. Just committing to the Dragon Kick and getting punished there. Sending the errors. So far, no enhanced errors utilized. And it might be a little bit tricky because you do... oh, nice reversal super. It's gonna catch the Ryutsui. By a little bit of real estate. Deflect shield trying to push the bed back into the corner. Tap them with the 5D. Was that a full charge? I'm not sure. But the error is rolling here. Able to combo into it. Missing a little bit, but still working with the corner. Swings with the big hand. I think that was a malfunction. Putting Detada on the board as well. 1-1. In a fast-paced matchup or against a fast-paced opponent, as Detada is fighting here versus Jam, could potentially be hard to find those enhanced errors. First off, you gotta get the error rolling, and then you have to stall it once. It's kind of like counterintuitive when you're fighting your life and trying to get a lot of junk on the screen to prevent the gorilla silverback female from coming in. You kind of want your error to go off as soon as possible. So like maybe going airborne and stalling the error, not the safest thing to do for sure. Gives Jam time to sort of get in on you, maybe anti-air you. And God forbid if you do it on the ground. Ooh, fall straight into the explosion. Sending the bomb head into a decent conversion. Damage is definitely tuned down in this 2.0 version. Poking with the low there. Preventing... What was that, a dragon kick or backshoe that I saw from Jalis? Misses with the jump slash. Unfortunately, not enough cross-up hitbox in that moment. Ooh, got the parry there! And the follow-up, like we said earlier, is fully invulnerable for the... I think for the majority of the duration, if not all of it. Nice combo, followed up by the fire and flames. Come to the other side. However, Jalis with the low profiles, meeting Detada from the sky with the active frame, still not enough. One thing I forgot to say about this matchup is that I think usually like day, or rather week 1, I would not set prospective new... Oh my god, that was fully charged, so it was so late that the deflect chill from Jalis was already over. Big damage coming in. Super wall break as well. Can't take advantage of positive bonus here. So if you look at Detada's meter here, he is not gaining any meter, even though he is in positive bonus state. That is one of the new system changes that basically dictates if you use a super, you go into meter build penalty, and in this version, meter build penalty cannot be overwritten with positive bonus. So if you are in overdrive meter build penalty, you will not get the usual meter back that you would from positive bonus. So you have an interesting choice in this version when breaking the wall. You can choose to break it with a normal and take full effect of the positive bonus, but then get a soft knockdown. Or you can just choose to take the classic old damage cash out and hard knockdown with a super. Got a couple of cards here, getting the clean hit through the wall, looking for one more, and finds the hit. With punish attempt there, get that a little bit too far. Look at this, -4 this time. Yielding the turn for now, but Jalis still has the superior position here. Detada will have to try to move away from this corner. -4 again. It's all right. From the fast normals, you usually for a lot of characters, unless you are like old version. Wait, that was blocked by Jalis? Was that a cross-up or a front? 6B into dragon kick. Hitting so high that we're getting hiccups here. Switching positions, doesn't get out of the corner for free for sure. Jalis tagging off, but the jump slash coming down. Finding a decent hit into a delayed, enhanced bomb head. I think oh yeah, now I remember some of the errors are a little slower on recovery, right? But to compensate, they are a little bit more powerful, especially if you get the enhanced version. Ooh, that's a slam dunk. Doesn't quite pick up the combo. Got crushed there. Jalis using the deflect shield so that we don't get full effect of that, or full value of that error. Good blocks on all of the overheads, followed up by the multi-lows. Jalis just blocks everything. Tries to go for the backshoe backfall again, but no dice. Detada is holding down the ground with those lows. Remember, kids, check them with the low. If they're coming in with the backshoe, however, there's an empty backshoe here into a command command dash into a throw. Detada breaking out of the corner though. Goes with the cross up again, but it is blocked by Jalis. Has he seen it before? Is he cracked as he is jacked? Detada, however, once again, stealing the round back after the unsuccessful mix-up, whipping them with the loose arm on OTG. Started with the close slash anti-air. The classics die hard. -4. Oh, this time Detada was a little late there on the RPS, or maybe tried to poke with a heavier button, maybe to catch backdashes. I mean, -4 is quite the prominent. Oh, able to command hop out of there from the -4. Jam quite the specimen. I'm pretty sure that the community is gonna love this character one way or another, or have a lot of opinions about this character definitely in the future. Well, we as a Exert community definitely did in the past. She is quite something. The empty box shoe once again tries to backdash out of there, but getting caught by the automatic error. Now Detada with the combo looked like was jumping to the wrong direction, still getting most of the combo damage in. Oh, nice whip punish there with the 2 heavy. That's a big whip punish as well. Counter hit, burst immediately. Don't want to take all of this damage, but sometimes might. Goes with a 5D tap without meter, so only plus minus 0, I think, on hit. Oh, nice whip punish once again with the puffball. Looking for the lows, however, the puffball already active. That's kind of the RPS. You can kind of choose how much you let the box shoe rock, the command dash, and then choose kind of like the spacing where you release the buff ball. If you release it very early and make it spaced, then you run less risk of getting caught by their lows, but also you run a risk of like missing your buff ball. Buff! Not passing at all! Moving in with the 5D. This time the tap was well timed there. Opponent really low health. Once again, the round start 2 heavies goes for a counter hit. Boom! Into the corner you go. Jump cancel pressure, finds a throw, can get a card here if you want. Taking the Dragon Kick card. However, the timing of the meaty a little off, whereas Detada's meaty not off. The combo was a little off though. There's a lot of stuff that is off. Trying to bait the burst here. Dragon Kick card still available. If Jalis gets a hit here, this could be an immediate wall break. No longer in the danger zone. Sending the bomb a little bit too high and sends the Dragon Kick for a side swap. Oh, that was tricky. That was actually no cross up. Just an empty 5D. That was a lot of layers in that mix up, huh? They get the Genki card this time, so the axe kick has been loaded. The cross up / overhead. But do we get to use it? Detada working potentially to a... Ooh, nice reaction by Detada! Jalis used the enhanced Gekirin to plummet himself out of the corner, landing straight next to Detada, who was absolutely ready to throw that shit back in there. A lot of those aerial special moves kind of land really fast. And oh my goodness, Detada has been paying attention, huh? Jalis has been trying to go for the round start whip punish strategy too heavy, and this time gets met by a fully charged 5D right off the get-go. That was definitely something. Speaking of the 5Ds, this time not charged, working in tandem with the errors. Coming from the skies with the jump heavy. Jalis has been blocking those pretty well, but doesn't block this close slash. And therefore must perish. Trying to put a couple of lows in there in case the box shoe is coming. Oh, it's a frame trap into 5 heavy, big counter hit. Boys, oh, not even at the throw range. Ryuchui canceling, no -4 here. Ends up -4 still in the follow-up situation. Dash in 6P, no response from Detada. I wonder, oh, the frame trap into 5 heavy once again, that's a big one. Carded Gekirin gets a cross up because there is a little bit of a hole there to cross up between Detada's back. The machine not back against the corner, therefore, ooh, got the parry there. Was that actually not plus enough to get a punish? Is the box shoe recovered yet? Yes, it is, and that's gonna be a counter hit. Potentially couldn't kill, or I was about to say couldn't kill in the previous version of the game, but I guess this character Jam wasn't in the previous version. Working the Ryuchui this time, again having some difficulties picking it up. I wonder that the Ryuchui as a combo starter must not work, huh? Unless you get a counter hit then. Or maybe it's really tight to pick up, who knows? But a lot of players, a lot of people have been saying that the heavy special moves card is probably one of the more valuable cards that you can get because it's so good in pressure. There's definitely a distinct identity for all of the cards. Most of our contestants tonight have been opting to go for Dragon Kick most of the time. It's definitely the most sexy card, the most flashy, the most damaging one. And gets you really good, like, far hit confirms. Are we jumping over? The hitbox does put Jalis onto the ground, but with frame advantage of Kings. Oh, look at that, threading the needle. Popple in there, crossing with the Geki. That's gonna be a nail in the coffin. Jalis is on the hunt. So as far as I understand, if you are absolutely point blank to your opponent, the Gekirin, the S special move, does cross up the opponent, but you can also create the cross up by having a lot of like forward moving momentum. So if you're dashing at the opponent, for instance. From the OTG, using the command hop, coming down with the jump D. Charging Geki card. Opting to potentially go for some mix-up Perinos here. I think you can't cross the opponent up if their back is absolutely against the corner, right? But it still makes Gekirin like super fast startup, like unreactable territory. Natural, like without a card, it's like I think around 25 frames, but the carded one is like 18 frames if memory serves correctly, or something like that. Ooh, smokes in. Aura farming a little bit, no card even. Pushing in with the Ryutsui, being a soft knockdown. Once again, the reversal is baited, get a big counter hit. Baits the burst here. Oh, I love that, that's kind of sexy. Going for like a half bait in case Detada wanted to burst right there. Jalis would have taken it. Goes the cross up with the heavy, or sorry, the enhanced Gekirin from the dash momentum. Really hard to see that. Starts up so fast. I mean, the cross-up hitbox is it's a little later, I believe, than from the front, but is still very hard to react to. Bakshu staying low profile through both of those projectiles. Now Detada's turn. Can we get a throw? Yes, indeed. That's gonna be a whip throw, though. Bakshu past the projectiles. Good 6p from Detada's side. Very important real estate that was able to get here. Bouncing forward with a Beyblade. Trying to overcome the deflect shield pushback. Dragon Kick is loaded, so be careful. Jalis has been really good with these dash jumps. Sends it full with no meter, no insurance. But maybe? Does he pay for it? Not dead yet for sure. Finding a Ryutsui once again. Looking like an overhead, ends up being a low. That's how it goes in Jam Lands, crossing up with the enhanced Geki. And one Dragon Kick misses the hit confirm, unfortunately. No worries, we're still in there. Because the punish didn't quite come through. Jam is definitely a character who is really hard to track because there's a lot of actions per minute for, you know, players of Jam that are just, you know, seasoned and play with the fast speed. A lot of decisions, a lot of things that you have to react to or at least try to predict in succession. Definitely no breaks kind of ADHD character, for better or worse. Oh, Ryujin in the corner, RC to keep yourself safe, and then buying all of that all of that real estate back with a wild Ryujin once again. RC to keep it going, the two heavy catches, Jalis with the low. Oh, there we go with the poke. So we'll take Jalis into the corner. And Error is coming in as well, holding down the fourth. We got another one. Beyblade, meaning a good... Oh my god, trying to go for the tap 5D, but once again, Jalis with the deflect shield into an immediate pounce forward with the Dragon Kick. Cool thing about deflect shield that I think hasn't been talked about much by other content creators is that the input change for deflect shield means a lot. Doing like a Hado motion to do your parry kind of universal mechanic really hard and takes a long time. But now the deflect shield is just 2 buttons. It is basically a true parry. It's literally now it is a parry. Now we can talk about an actual like system mechanic parry as a deflect shield because it takes you basically just 1 frame to input. Unlike the old deflect shield. But back onto Battlestar Detada here, looping the pressure. Jalis trying to hold on to dear life. Deflect shielding, sorry, not deflect shielding, FDing the bed thing away. But it's just never ending. Send help! When is it my turn? Never, as long as the error is ready to go. This guard crush pressure. Ooh, the deflect shield ends up whiffing. That was maybe a happy little accident for Detada. And that should be a nail in the coffin, getting a throw here. It was kind of a right read there for Jalis, but unfortunately, the opponent was already out of there, so deflect shield ended up doing nothing, and in fact getting punished. Bouncing forward. Ooh, Detada is awake! There's a little bit of time for the Bakshu, or rather the empty Bakshu, to recover before you can take actions as Jam. And the ball break, both players are locked and loaded, Detada especially. Now with the RC penalty, won't be able to take full advantage of the tension build. I mean, it's still build an extra meter. Oh, that's gonna be a close slash punish. Can we get the best? The deflect, sorry, the malfunction ends up whipping there at the tail end of the sequence. With the parry out of there, the follow-up being invulnerable. We got the sequence, Ryutsui, non-carded, combos. Like it's supposed to. 6P, can we get the kill? PRC still picking it up. Detada, 2 games ahead. For how long? Can we take this lead to the strategic 6 points here? Oh, the 5P ends up whipping on a crouching bedman. Trying to cleave the crown. Yeah, come at me with the Bakshu. I dare you, I double dare you. Oh, I got the check there. 2P, the stop sign. Preventing the gorilla lady from coming in. It's a little showcase there of the jump slash, still having a little bit of vacuum at least. Pulling in the opponent, misses the media, unfortunate. Jalis gets a +1 out of the corner, flips the sides, charges all of the cards. Starting with the Ryutsui. The aerial, I think the aerial enhanced Gekirin is still minus on landing. I think it's only the cross-up Gekis that produce you plus frames, if I'm not mistaken. But it shouldn't be much. It's like even grounded Geki is like -1 or something in the most layer 1 position, and then it gets a little bit more minus the higher from the air you do it, if I recall correctly. Ryujin is loaded. Be careful. Far slash into the BMB conversion. Choosing to charge Geki instead of spending the Dragon Kick here. So lots of combo potential, lots of carry potential, lots of mix-up potential as well. Ooh, good 6P. Catches Jalis trying to come in from the sky. Do it again. Cross. Was there a cross or not? Dirty jam. Crosses up here. Plus frames. Detada knows. Aware of the frames. Does block. Takes his turn. Ooh, I think it was a deflect shield, but ended up not quite working as Jalis intended, for the opponent was airborne and sending that the error at him. Wowee. What a niche situation there. That means Detada is gonna move up quite a bit in points here, and now Jalis needs 4 in a row to bring this home. Actually got interrupted on my thought earlier, saying that initially this matchup was supposed to be a little sort of more on a more even grounds for Jalis, but since Jalis's original opponent had to bail out, we pulled out Detada from the top end of the competitor, so there is a little bit of a expected value for this set to end. Detada is for sure the aggressor, the up dog going into this set. Good English. Yeah, Detada is the up dog. And Jalis is the underdog. Where's the real word in English? The favorite to win this. I think I like Updog more. Updog has more personality. Once again with the cross-up Geki. A late air dash back for that cross-up mix-up. Ooh, gets thrown for his troubles here. Detada with the chance, starting with the malfunction, the classic plus frame printer. From the OTG into Geki plus frames, so YRC comes through, give me plus 10 instead of however much plus the Geki is on the cross-up. And then Jalis gambles with that 6 speed though. In order to not get Guard Crush looped, fights out of the corner, still not quite ready to go down.
Duel 1.
3 more, or 1 for Detada. Ooh, got them with the jump slash. Still with those nice sexy air juggles. Even though the jump slash vacuum is nerfed, still works as, oh, nice backdash. And no PRC to bail you out. Not that Jalis had the RC there either, but if he did, wouldn't have been possible. RC here, keep the pressure going. FRC to make sure that you retain as much attention in for the next pressure sequence. Into the quick, oh, even on the normal jumps, Jam just kind of comes down really fast with her buttons. Has always been like one of the queens of aerial Guilty Gear. Oh, speaking of queens and kings, here might be one of the king moves. Jump slash from Bedman. The air ends up completely airballing. Jalis is on the hunt, comes in with the air dash, sorry, the command dash. Once again, low profile, very many low profile frames on the back shoe. Command hop into overhead, producing plus frames and then into Gekrin from the hop. I think Gekrin is, when you perform it from the command hop, it is plus frames even from the front. So like, as long as you fulfill any of the conditionals for Gekkin, you can print plus frames for it. Ooh, the cross-up, look at the drive-by! Ah, the reversal! Perfectly on point. Use the burst here, nice check once again on the command dash. And again, definitely on the right layer as far as neutral RPS goes. Gets a close slash there. Accidentally misses the meaty. It's okay. Still in there. Jalis on low health points. Detada earning once again another set point opportunity to end this right here, right now. Finding hit. Combo into another Ryutsu. Especially in the corner, even if you land a single Ryutsu. Oh my god, what happened here? Into 2 heavy counter hits. There is coming, as is the action. Jalis blocks successfully, 2P. Oh, but the instant air dash, skipping hop to the other side. And now Jalis definitely, potentially, possibly, and even perpetually in a winning position. Breaks the wall with the super as well. All cards on board. And here comes an overshoot. The Gekkirin delays the momentum. Again, did Jalis press a button? No, he did not. He took it with the FD. And he's moving forward. Oh my goodness. Another position where you probably wouldn't have put money on Jalis at all to make the comeback, but he's doing it. He is doing it, admin. He is doing it.
Duel 1.
But there's still a little bit more work to be done before you finish the job, starting with the dash in Geki for a small knockdown. It's definitely hard for Jam to go for any sort of like stray card charges in this matchup, where you're fighting Bedman, who has full screen projectiles available on command. That's a reversal super there. First one of the set, I think. Bunny Tornado! Send him, Usagi! I'm gonna break the wall as well from mid-screen. Are you freaking kidding me? The reversal super from Jam has all sorts of range, not just the initial reach, but then the corner push potential as well. And with the re-jump pressure, connects the jump in button a little bit too high up in the air, getting thrown, and now mixed up by Detada. We've seen this before. If Detada is able to maintain the guard crush loop, he's very scary looking. Error is coming, able to combo with it. To the corner you go. And another one. Trying to jump out. Far slash. Keeping the woman grounded. Jumpy this time, you ain't going anywhere. Good reads on the offense this time, or so far. But now Detada forced to use the burst to maintain the offensive position after whiffing the throw. Set point. Starting with, what's that button? 5 heavy? Jap has a lot of like heavier buttons that move her forward. 5 heavy, 2 heavy. I think 6 heavy. 6 heavy doesn't necessarily move her forward, but reaches really far. So, March ready to go. Ooh, the FD. I think that was an IBFD as well, making the air Geki miss. But now is he gonna miss with this last one? Crosses with the Geki, and that's gonna give you the combo. Almost 6-6. I was about to call it, but not quite. Ooh, after the deflect shield once again. That has been one of the go-to Jalis defensive sequence. Combine the deflect shield immediately with either Rygand or the reversal super. Wakshu coming out of it straight into the spike. Couple of pops, once more. What we're breaking with, oh, we're baiting a burst instead. Detada not quite ready to get baited though. But the lower health you go, the harder it is to RPS because you're running out of time. But now who's running out of time here? Flip the positions, slam them off the ground. That's a lot of damage. Jalis is Geki. Sorry, the Rygand not gonna get in. This could be a kill. Baiting it! But Jalis delaying it perfectly. The burst bait metagame going in favor of Jalis all the way through. But couldn't quite get it. With the last anti-air. With a really important anti-air as well. Jalis has been getting like unchecked almost for the duration of the whole set. From all of those command hops, all of those rejump pressures. But when push comes to shove, Detada letting it rip and secures the set with it. That was a really close run back as well, considering that this was on sort of the expected value side of things. Probably was gonna be Detada's set. Being the up dog, yes, being the up dog. But it turned out to be a really good set nonetheless. Okay, status check. I believe no sign of Emu and no sign of Mob so far, which means that we can probably proceed with the Rygand versus Zulck set, which I think technically is our sort of main card or highest seed matchup of the evening, if you want to put it like that. Very, very high level match here. I believe Zulck is currently undefeated on Bounty Hunters, if I'm not mistaken. We are a little ahead of schedule, so hope for the rest of the evening we have all of our players lined up all nice and let me see. Yeah, so Thunder Kitty asked if they are gonna go next. Potentially. We got the players ready to go. Ramlethal, a character that has been on the receiving end of a lot of remakes, and once again, her swords have been tweaked to a certain extent. Now, I'm not 100% sure exactly how they work. I've heard about the S sword being heart knockdown, but also the explosion being very delayed, so it's not a combo tool anymore as far as I've understood, but a setup tool. And then the heavy sword can't be used as a combo tool. But anyway, I think we're definitely gonna see how it's gonna be played out here. Zulck, a very capable, super high-level RAM player, is probably gonna show us how this new RAM is piloted. And then, of course, Rygand, one of the top Mei talents still left in EMEA region. Is Slash actually playing nowadays? Is Slash back in the action in 2.0? I'm not sure, but other than Slash, there aren't too many Mei players. So Rygand would be one of your absolutely premium ones. Now on the Mei side of things, the Dolphins have been changed quite a bit. The vertical Dolphins have received change. The S Dolphins as well have received some frame data and pushback changes. So definitely better if they hit now, but I think worse if the S Dolphin is blocked. Meaning you kind of get left at a closer distance in both of those cases, if I haven't misunderstood. Oh no! It's a bit with the too heavy! Which Zulck uses as an opportunity to break out of the corner. The up Dolphin. I forget if the up Dolphin... Oh, there he is! The delayed explosion! On the S... Oh, sorry, the... is that the S or the heavy sword? The S sword? Breaking the wall, lots of juice. This would be kind of like an old positive bonus scenario. Oh, that's a big counter hit with a 6 heavy. Have the burst. May still quite the damage machine, even though the damage has been substantially reduced universally to this version. Potentially one more. Gotta be careful. Don't whiff that throw. Even if you are a strike throw, might be a little bit more about the strike this version than the throw. With all of the... With all of the safety nets removed from missing a throw here, can't PRC anymore, so when you go for those, you gotta be sure that it's gonna land. You put yourself in a counter hit position after all if you end up whiffing. So first one going to Rygand. Quick mauling definitely if you can find the flow! And one of the biggest flow starters, 5 heavy, still the counter hit of every brawler's dreams. Into overhead kiss. I wonder if the overhead kiss no longer can be followed up with a combo. Looking like a good round here for Rygand. So it has a decent amount of tension in the pocket. So let's see what kind of pressure we can mount here. Tap 5D, then the delayed explosion. One thing about the very delayed S-Sword explosion is that you probably get a little bit more, you know, like set play value out of it. You get to do... You definitely get to do slightly different kinds of things compared to the past iteration. Good check there with the 5k combo. Juggle into hard knockdown. Did the Rekka use the hard knockdown in the past? I forgot. The Rekka is definitely much more... Oh, speaking of the throw whiffs, Rygand showing no mercy, taking the punish there on the throw. And now, pushing Zulck towards the corner, 100 meter in the tank, but no longer a jail card out of free, if you will. Can't really rock the reversal super and just RC it anymore. That was one of the prominent system changes moving into 2.0. If you super, you commit. No bailouts. No more. No DPs, no supers, nothing gets a safe RC anymore. If it has Invus, cannot be RC'd. Except I think Jam is an exception to that, to a certain extent, because if you do a parry and do your Invu follow-up, then you can RC that if it hits. But can you RC it on block? I'm not actually sure. That may be an exception to the rule, but not 100%. It's 3 days into the patch. Be kind and cut me some slack! But speaking of cutting some slack, Rygand not cutting anything but the life bar of Zulck into basically half here. Disengaging into the Dolphin Hop. Ooh, coming down. Oh, is this a super? Yep, sees it. Recognizes the frame, and that's gonna be a counter hit. What can we cook with that? Decent amount of wall carry. The delayed explosion, holding down the fort. Rygand trying to mash out with the 5 PP. Here comes the downward sword. That is very delayed as well, looks like. Oh, sorry, that was the S sword. I don't think we've seen the heavy sword throw yet, have we? Or sorry, wait, which one is heavy sword? I think I'm messing up. The downward sword is heavy sword, correct? And the one that hasn't been thrown is the S sword. I mean, should be able to see here, based on what normal Zulck is using. Yeah, it's the heavy. Okay. So the downward sword is the S sword. So you maintain the heavy buttons if you do your thingamajig, and this would be the S sword. Ooh, misses the interception here. Rygand out of there with only so little life to spend, and here comes the burst. Wait! He's chopping the combo. Zulck still at a very decent life advantage, but I was about to say, whatever you do, don't get counter hit by the 5 heavy. Not at this point. Able to get one in there and mount the counter assault. And we say, honestly, the same deal as what we were talking about in terms of Mei players in the European region. We don't have that many RAM players either, which is interesting considering like how strong the character has been throughout the lifespan of Guilty Gear Strive. So Zulck, in that sort of sense, definitely one of the top RAM players that we have around as well. Utilizing the Ondo there. That is another move, the rock that got a sort of rebalancing, retuning, is much faster now, so much more suited for like full screen poking. But it's still quite minus, so you don't want to go for it from like close range or anything like that. Ooh, what's gonna happen here? Killer Whale is gonna miss, giving not a counter hit, or did Zulck pick it up with a light button? Into. Oh, so that the sword immediately grounds the opponent and forcing a mix-up. Able to PRC in time. That's gonna be counter slash. Not a close slash, but a counter slash. Speaking of counters, counter glitch so far not to be seen. One of the new system mechanics that can be triggered with a counter hit. But often enough, if you are getting a counter hit, there are much more lucrative ways for you to cash out than spend 50 of your burst and just get a small 100 damage combo, if you will. Attacked by the up dolphin. Ah, the jump heavy going to the wrong direction. Zulck with the defensive momentum, defensive movements, using the air special and the jump slash. Looking for a hit here, looking for a mix. A very delayed explosion, allowing to go for the dash in throw. Rygand with the sliver left, that's gonna be a chip damage, a kill. I think not a lot of stuff to do there with the amount of meter that Rygand had left. I think there was only a sliver left in the life bar there. And I'm unsure if there was even a deflect shield available. Those are generally the two tools that you can utilize to prevent chip kills. Hold the FD, negate all of the chip damage coming in from supers and specials. Or just deflect shield and push block them away. Ooh, finding a 5 heavy. Immediate burst from Rygand. Don't want to get drawn into that vortex if we can help it. Good challenge here. Challenge is back with a 5P. Now 5 frame for all characters. Used to be 4 framer that Mei had. But since all of the fast jab kind of buttons are homogenized now in this version, Mei will have to contend. Oh, interesting. The 5 heavy into 5 heavy jump, a re-jump pressure to the other side. Gets 5 feet for her troubles. Here comes Rygand with the combo. Misses it though. perhaps new rooting haunting, or perhaps phantoms of the past haunting Rygand's muscle memory. It's understandable. That's the same deal for a lot of us. Deflect shield to build a little bit of distance and to avoid the chip kill as well. We were talking about that earlier. Yeah, it's like no good way out of the pressure once you block something. It's deflect shield, FD or bust. Oh, starting with a big bang from 5 heavy, 60% of your life. The damage has gone down, but if you extend your hand into the cookie jar of the worst kind, into the honey pot, try to get rid of the brawler girl, but it's impossible. For Rygand is sticking to Ram like what's a good analogy here? Glue, plague, like a brawler to a lightweight character. Looking for those rewards. Rygand, 1 game in lead once again. Going into the hop kick. One cool thing is that I think the Zaprabato, the special move colloquially known as the windshield wipers for Ramlethal, is now a very basic combo ender if you want to utilize it like that. For example, far slash, 5 heavy, Zaprabato, hard knockdown. Oh, tried to go for a cross up. Rygand not buying it. And in fact, doubling it up, Zulck with 100 here on the defensive. Hard knockdown into a really hard to see. Is it overhead? Is it an empty low? Is it a throw? Nobody knows, but you gotta try. Misses with the windshield wiper. Rygand comes in with a wave punish. Could be anybody's game here. Tries to FD Ram out and would have hoped to get some sort of action there before the sword explodes. But Zulck holds down the fort with a flip kick. And then stick him with the windshield wipers. This is a soft knockdown, but can enjoy the great amount of meter coming in from the positive bonus. Oh, still able to pick that up with the far slash. That must have been a tip range. Look at that damage. Oh, baby, look at the damage. Oh, and the 6 speed in the right direction. Rygand has a burst here. Goes for it, however. Okay, I thought for a moment that the sword was exploding on Rygand, but it was actually exploding in Zulck's position. Set down in a slightly off angle. It's okay, we're still... Even without utilizing the sword, might have been a threat factor utilized there. I mean, I would be scared if there was a freshly thrown down sword from the initial or from the previous interaction. I think the RPS for the most part now is if the sword goes down, the S angle sword, you definitely try to get out of there as soon as possible. Because there is a larger gap now between the sword toss and the explosion itself. And of course on the Ram side, I think Ram just, as a classic maneuver, wants to keep you still until the sword explosion triggers. So that you can do that nice, nifty little sequencing perfectly and preventing the opponent from playing the video game. That is one of the most popular wet dreams of fighting game enthusiasts, the ultimate single player where you don't have to take a risk, or at least you're taking a minimal risk on your way to your win condition. Is that combo? That actually combos with the big wall bounce there. Rygand reversing the position though with the up dolphin and the 5 heavy to boot, or 6 heavy I think that was. And now on an interception course. Oh, it was interesting movements, going airborne and then with air special move, avoiding Rygand's 3K. Sorry, I don't know numbers. This time? No, not even this time. Really smart PRC here. Zulck probably looking at Rygand's resources and recognizing that, okay, I am doing a string that has a gap and my opponent has 50 ready to go. It would stand to reason at this very moment in time, when the curtain is gonna go down soon, there might be a reversal super attempt. And if you thought exactly that as Zulck, you would be correct.
Duel 1.
The beautiful decision-making trees of fighting games. That was a really deep dash for Rygand, maybe reaching for a throw there. Trying to leverage the fact that Zulck has maybe been a little bit too passive on the round start. Able to still react. Here comes Rygand with the Mixerinos. A big charge, 6 heavy. We've been in this position before. I think the vertical dolphin already active, so forcing Zulck to just hold it. Throwing another sword. Everything on the ground. We still have the 5D. Nice decision making there. That was probably one of the few things that you could have done there. Having both of your swords on the ground and your normals basically neutralized to a certain extent. I mean, or at least their efficacy greatly reduced. 5D though does not rely on, you know, swords to get any of its value out. None of its frame data gets nerfed. Also the bonus on the side of Rygand. Both players with a 50 here. So decisions, big plays can be made. We can convert, for example, this flip kick into a nice corner juggle. Half of the opponent's life gone. Damn, I guess 40%. But big damage nonetheless. Goes for a burst bait. Rygand not ready to burst quite yet. Gets it out still. Here comes the Dolphin Hops. Ooh, the BRC. The opponent not in a hittable state though. Sets up a very, very safe beach ball there. Instead of going in with the strikes, puts out the ball that was basically unchallengeable from the Oki situation and then taps them out. Same thing again. This time Zulck wakes up with the gold burst, which has been made slightly easier to perform. The buffer is now, if I recall correctly, 4 frames to perform or to buffer a gold burst on your wake up. Here we go, riding it, taking the cross up, coming in back from the front side. RC on the classic 3K, keeping up the pressure still, charging the 6 heavy. That's gonna be a guard crush, lots of plus frames. Throwing the ball, Zulck was like, no, not gonna take it on the ground. Break the throw this time, Rygand remembered. Zulck did play that option once earlier as well, so ready for it this time around. Tap the 5D when both swords on the ground. Saprabato deals very little damage when both the swords are absent. YRC in the air, I've never seen a YRC like that. Coming down with the jump K, both players looking potentially one more touch. That's why Rygand is setting so more beach balls. If that hits, that could be it, but the backwards momentum jump slash holding down the 4th. One of the biggest horizontal reaches of air buttons for any character in this game. Holding down the skies as to say, unsure what character in this this Guilty Gear Strive roster would have a better button to outperform that. I guess you have characters who have similar kind of tools like Milia jump slash, Sin jump heavy, Johnny jump slash. They are definitely like super. Ooh, look at that! Using the new rock to prevent Rygand's beach ball from being thrown. I think exactly the kind of tool meant for that kind of job if your opponent tries to get a little bit too frisky full screen. You do have big pokes for all ranges. This time stands up for the overhead. Young man reactions. Maybe. Are we still young? In our... Is Rygand on his 30s? I forgot. Maybe. Still young man reactions in my books. Started with a jump, comes out with the jump heavy, no anti-air this time. Gold burst buffered successfully once again, and that does give you the tension build extension, or positive bonus as we call it in the industry. Oh, the trade definitely Rygand's favor, picks it up into a wall break, into a kill? Not quite, almost. That was great. He went up to 6p against the incoming S-Dolphin, and now Zulck has an opportunity to perform the same. Break it with the soft one. This will bring the juice in! Trying to backdash or the back drift out of it. Still getting caught. Rygand, not dead yet. But the swords, oh the swords! And the delayed explosion, the fear, the urgency to do something. But if you hesitate, like it's like damn if you don't, damn if you do. If you hesitate, the sword is gonna explode. But if you try to struggle out, then Ram could just out of the sword toss plus frames, just check you with the normal. It's make a decision kind of a world.
Duel 1.
And Zulck with some decent advantage here. Big momentum. Potentially heading for another big win here on Bounty Hunters. Looking to still potentially be undefeated, but let's not jump the gun yet. Never say never as long as Rygand still has life left. Got them with the close slash. Up Dolphin. Allegedly still plus frames, I think. And fighting a big close slash, yeah, it's the classic gameplay loop. Pedal the close slashes plus 3 on block, much better than what many other standard characters are working with. Great stagger opportunities as well. Close slash, only 4 frame gap that can no longer be challenged by anybody in the game with just standard normals. With a little bit of an air stall in order to make sure that there is no sword explosion that we have to deal with. Counter hit. Oh, wait. Is that new? Was able to actually make that work without spending resources on the counter hit. That was counter hit far slash Dolphin, pick it up, and then another Dolphin. Is that because the new S Dolphin leaves you closer distance on hit? Ooh, blocks the airways with the up Dolphin. Oh, it's gonna reach high enough. Backpedal out of the explosion. Yeah, that was exactly what I was talking about earlier. If the sword is utilized, try to get out of there desperately. Don't stand in the fire. Counter hit from the Dolphin. Wall stick. And a positive bonus to the boot. However, Zulck could potentially end this with a big counter hit conversion. Ain't gonna do so. So Rygand staying alive to fight another day still. 3 is the magic number that we need. Certainly has been in worse positions before during his Guilty Gear Strive and general fighting game career. It's definitely nothing new to Rygand.
Mankind. Duel 1.
Man that participates in toppest level competition on a regular basis certainly has the nerves tamed here, right? And fun. Oh my god! Reversal with what is that, Dauro? What kind of devil possessed you, and how did it work out? Both swords are still on the ground. Rygand going for the burst. It's gonna delay the sword coming back animation. Finally acquiring 1. Acquiring 2. Throws are available. Tap 5D. And Rygand able to get out of there. So one storm weathered for now. But for how long? Here we go. It's the 6 heavy. The S or is the S? Oh my god, we just went through this and I already forgot which sword is which. I'm never gonna be a Ram player, am I? Ooh, got them with the close slash. Not too big of a combo though. Once again, swords are on the ground. Finds an empty blow though. So this will basically refresh the swords immediately, kind of like a Deus Ex Machina old Clash classic action. Sword coming down, Rygand goes for a double jump, good game sense. This is set point though. If Rygand takes 1, it's over. It's over! Oh, Zulck comes down with a double jump. That's Rygand style though. The air stalling into difficult anti-air jump-ins. My goodness. Cracked action or what kind of action? Absolutely cracked performance here by Zulck. Once again, staying undefeated on Bounty Hunters. It hasn't been too many games so far, but it's like the 4-5 matches that Zulck has been able to play on Bounty Hunters, absolutely peak performance. No weakness shown so far. I mean, a little bit of weakness, of course. This wasn't definitely a one-sided match. But my goodness, is it looking good. All right, let's see what is next. Okay, so we do have Emu, right? So we could potentially backpedal a couple of matches and play this one, right? So let me see if Raven is ready to go as well. And this would be the Jam versus Biken match that we were talking a little bit earlier. Back on the saddle, as far as Jam goes, I think they're glasses as well. Yeah, Jam with one of the only characters with some amount of cosmetics still. More to be followed next month, I believe, in the month of May, when they release the battle... Is it Battle Pass or Battle Pass or Season Pass? Battle Pass? I think Battle Pass is what it's called. Anyway. 2 Bounty Hunters regulars facing off in a never-seen matchup. Bike and Jam. 2 gorillas in their own right. I guess Bike and not exactly classified as a standard gorilla. More of like a set play character, if you will. You do have to solve the problem of getting in though, as this character. Maybe slightly more tools to work with in this version of the game now, since 2S and 2S2 heavy combo into one another. 2S from Biken has historically been that kind of like a button that would be kind of nice to press if it converted comfortably, but it's kind of like it hasn't really converted in, I think, any version of Guilty Gear in the past. Alright, from the throw, are we gonna get cards here? Nope, just going for the Geki. Ooh, a little bit too much momentum maybe. Skipping a hop down. I think it was an airborne Geki looking like it. Nice match with the 6P, countering the Dragon Kick. Dragon Kick is really fast, so you do need to have your timing on point if you want to counter it with the upper body Invus, but it is possible for sure. Ooh, started with the Yozan. From the no follow-up, heavy kabari into Yozan again. Fishing with the 2S, that's what we were talking about earlier. I think I do hope that there is a little bit more footsies to be played, like more classic standard, the old-fashioned footsies for Biken players, because like I personally like that quite a bit, rather than, you know, just trying to catch stuff like jumps or trying to contend with like super far away pokes like heavy kabari. Here comes Emu with the wall break. Quite managed to get the wall break there with the normal. 50 meters still in the tank. Ooh, we got the parry in there. So this parry from Jam is not frame 1. In fact, a 5-framer, if you will. So it aligns with some of the fastest jabs in the game. Uh-oh. Mistiming there. Also, the momentum going back and forth here. Raven still with the burst, but there is a threat here that if you get hit, you might not have the reaction times, especially when the hit is gonna be Dragon Kick, one of the hardest single hits in the game, even even uncarded. Gives no opportunity for Raven to utilize the burst. Sending the Wacha! Who's keeping it to the other side? A little bit too early with the 2K. Crossing under the Yorzan, the double jump comes down with that jump heavy, bleeding all around. Once again from this throw position, dash over the corpse, push them in the corner, and then with the stagger pressure, you're gonna see this quite a bit in the future coming from this character Jam. Ooh, I get the parry. I get a parry too. Very different kind of parry though from Baiken side. Frame 1, yep, can be used as a reversal. And with the conversion, we're definitely going into the wall. Should not be able to, yeah, not quite the kill yet. And now the air-to-air with the blue RC slowdown, can't quite finish the job. Plus 10 for Baiken, checks it with the 2S. Immediate burst by Emu. Ah, but the jump slash coming down with a big hurt box. Or sorry, hit box. I mean, there is hurt box definitely as well, but that's usually not why we celebrate the jump slash from Baiken for its hurt box. Oh my god, that must have been a misinput there. Accidentally charges Rygand. Well, it is there now. And could be potentially converted into, look at that corner carry. Massive, massive push into the corner. And now gets casually anti-aired by the far slash of Baiken's. Both of these characters working with the 9-frame far slash. Put a tether on it. Maybe marry it. Who knows? Parry is successful and then follow up with the invulnerable strike. Oh, that was a ballsy charge. Perhaps a misinput, nobody knows. But we do have Ryutsui currently charged up. Could be used to initiate, tries to initiate it, but gets stuffed, and that card is gone, and so is Emu's life. All for fate in that moment. So what I guess what you wanna, if you are predicting, if you are looking that the opponent has the Ryutsui card here, the heavy card, that means you probably don't want to be poking with any low-profile stuff in the near future, because you want to have something that can hit kind of high up into the air, because Jam does that little sort of hop into the sky before coming down with the stomp. Or the slide, or whatever you want to call it. Right. Hard knockdown wall breakage action is going to be enough in terms of damage for Raven. Tether, and now, what's the mix-up? It's just an empty low. I guess a hard read on the parry there. Because the parry stays active for a really long time, and as a result is also punishable by throws for a very, very long extended period of time. Tries to engage with the Ryutsui, however, it does. The uncarded version has a lot of recovery still. I mean, not a lot, but still relevant amount of recovery. Whereas the carded Ryutsui has the infamous 3 frames that we were talking about earlier this cast. It's one of the fastest whiffing buttons in the game, but without the card, it's still possible to whiff punish technically if you backpedal out of the active range. With the reversal parry, frame 1 action to the other side, tries to cleave the air, it's okay. Opponent crouching will take the positional advantage. Ooh, sends the Wacha! Into the corner you go. Raven deems that was probably going to be enough for a wall break. Don't want to take that quite yet. Even though wall break isn't quite the same at absolute win condition that it was in Season 4, it is still advantage is an advantage. Trying to swing that 6B. Getting from the front, minus frame, so following it up with the RC. Raven is working with a lot of meter here. They get to utilize it. Not quite. Ugh. Sorry. Yapping gets me pretty hiccupy recently. Have you ever yapped so hard that your brain just tells you that, please chill, you're hyperventilating? Oh, it doesn't reach. Although, it does build the cards. It does build the cards, so not all value is lost for Emu. I think there was a hit confirm attempt, a 2K hit, right? But confirming a single light is a difficult task. The wall break. Shooting them with the gun. Emu now at a very low health point. Spending all those universal resources in order to try to flip the momentum. Goes for the throw. However... Ooh, that was a ballsy round start there. Micro dash forward parry by Raven. To the other side. Yep, no response this time. It's a very fast reaction check that you gotta be ready for if the Viking opponent wants to go for that. Is it charged heavy follow-up of the Kaimitek? That makes you go to the other side. A 50 on the bank account of Emus and a full burst as well. Might have to think about it during this combo, because it could be over very soon. Collides with the tatami. A simple mat in front of the dragon's leg. Misses the second one. Doesn't get punished too bad. That could have been the round right there. And there it is. Third time's the charm. The dragon has 3 heads and Raven has 1 beak or some sort of bullshit analogy that we're gonna play here right in the middle of Bounty Hunters. 3-1 in favor of Raven is the score at the moment. Starting with a delayed Escabare, producing plus frames as well as the tether. Maybe even more importantly, the tether that puts all of those rewards on the table. For our one-arm samurai. Engaging from the sky. Ooh, the parry, able to get it between the... What's that, Gatling? Too heavy into something? Sending the first puffballs of the set, I think. I think Emu hasn't been like super big advocate of the puffball so far. Which I guess fair. There probably are a lot of different ways of playing Jam. or as an old Chinese wise man might say, pick your neutral skip poison of choice. Is it Dragon Kick? Is it Bakshu? Is it Puffball? Or something completely different? Or is it just dashing in? Is it just fundamentals? Raven trying to throw, getting counter hit by the 5 heavy. Oh, we has so many resources here. How do you end this combo? Go for the... whatever this thing is called. Something Shin Kaiten Spinny Magic. I don't know. Something like that. All I know, it gives a lot of stocks. Gives a lot of stonks. Alright, with the confirm into Dragon Kick puts Raven in the corner, waking up with the far slash, works out. Oh my goodness. But it's okay if yours is 9 frames. Skip it hop to the other side using the axe kick. Ooh, that's the frame 1 parry once again. Hasn't been checked, I think, even once yet. Ooh, got up with the 2 heavy. And I think the new upgraded 2 heavy also causes a heart knockdown, correct? It's kind of what it looked like in that situation there. Raven moving forward with the confidence of the old main versus the newcomer.
in terms of character's choice, at least. I freaking love the bouncy bunny. The round bouncy bunny is my favorite. By the way, Uzaki trivia. Did you know that Jam's name in the game files is not actually coded as Jam? It's coded as USG for Uzagi. Do you know what that means? That means the main character is actually Uzagi. Uzaki is just kind of like the brain of the operation and controlling this huge slab of meat that is performing some sort of funny gestures at its will. Ooh, with the Geki. Into a command hop. Gekirin was looking for the plus frames that you do get when you combine the hop combine Geki with the hop. End up missing though, but what does not miss is this decisive hit confirm here by Emu. The 5K tick throw, even through the pushback of FD. Knocking down with the Geki. What next? Empty Bakshu into a throw, classic. And then command hop into an accidental cross up. I think Raven must have been walking forward potentially there. Into a big conversion. No escape here, no remorse. You mess up your sequence and it's lights out. And it might actually be lights out here from a single momentum flip. Oh, never mind. Emu finding a little bit of footing here, but fighting for dear life. Oh, please, Jesus Christ, let me out. There we go, finally a turn. Close range Geki turning into a cross-up. Doesn't quite manage to follow it up in the meaty situation though. Ooh, sending the big whip punish here and baiting, this time baiting the reversal parry. Going for a very delayed cross-up Geki. Geki is carded. Geki is fast. Geki is love. Geki is life. But maybe same could be said for a lot of other cards. There have been definitely a lot of Ryujin fanatics and enthusiasts in the crowd today. And just like that, Emu slowly getting warmed up, taking another point here. Definitely not an impossible position to play at the moment still. Opponents still only 2 games away. And we're still alive and kicking even faster than before. Oh my god! The deep dash round start, skipping a hop to the other side as Emu is hopping to the other. Carding Geki, using it immediately. It's kind of cool if you let your opponent see what card you have and confirm with their real eyes. Can you believe it? If your opponent is looking at the screen and looking at your resources, they might deduct that the carded Geki means that Geki is coming. So if you use it like immediately, there might be like a reduced time frame for your opponent's brain to handle that you have actually carded that one. Ooh, that was a perfect timing of the 2P. Has let it slide twice in the set already, but the third time is the charm. Ooh, nice air defense there. Sending this jump slash. The air-to-air beast. And then into the set play. Ooh, was that a TK jumpy? Maybe that was supposed to be something else. Unsure, but it's looking like it's working out for Raven this time around. Send the gun. That's, oh my god. Ricocheting, or rather going through Emu's carcass and producing plus frames from the sandwich shot. That was interesting occurrence for sure. You would think you would wake up with the reversal super instead, but no. We're doing the real shit here. To stop in the way, the kabaris, the tatami mats. 2K took the a little too far there to connect for Emu. Getting frame trapped on the second hit of the 2D. Missing the kabari. This could potentially be a matchup where if the Viking player chooses to play very defensively, so if they try to move backwards with Tatami or the heavy Kabari to zone, you could just charge your cards, potentially. It's kind of like a cool feature of, you know, summon characters, charge characters, and characters of that sort. Finding the nail on the coffin with the Gekirin. Okay, it's a very delayed round start option, but works against those super stubby buttons. And I think, I'm not quite sure if Jam's far slash actually reaches in the the close round start distance. Getting a counter hit, getting a big combo, looking for one more. 100 meter, that should be it. Unless Evo wants to burst, that would be a very, very unfortunate burst at this resource economy, or life economy even. Ooh, perfect whiff punish, backdash, too heavy from bike and ends up completely whiffing. Look at that! The high hitting button, was that close slash? Hitting high enough still to stop Ryutui. The normal jump though, breaking out of the corner. The Geki is very delayed, so catches the parry, recovery frames. No! A little too early! Cards Ryujin. Can we maybe get value afterwards, after the mistake? Happy little accidents, turning maybe into wincidents. Not this time though. Raven containing the gorilla in the corner after that fateful mistake. I think missed a meaty 5 heavy there or something similar. Tried to go for a charge. Charged completely empty. And Raven ready to strike. Like a bird of prey that he maybe is? Who knows? Who's to say what is on the other side of the screen? Of these cracked players. Oh, that was definitely a TK Yozen misinput. Turned into a happy little jump in. And a full combo at that. RC to keep it going. Set point would be what the doctor ordered. Nice whiff punish there with the backdashing the bar slash on the parry. But now Emu has a lot of work cut out for them. Catching the Kabari again. Hard to get out of this loop. Comes down from a really nice angle. I guess the angle is a little bit more forgiving if your jump-in button, aka the jump heavy here, cleaves basically all around Jam. Guarding the Geki, using immediately. Raven is standing up though. Misses with the Ryutsui, maybe a frame kill, or who knows? Who knows? But the fact of the matter is, Imu able to take the round here, but will have to take so many more. That is definitely an accidental charge. Gets a happy little Ryujin. Can we convert that? We do need to be a little bit closer to the corner though if we want to go for those clean hits. And now currently, oh, another accident there, but it works out. No way. Raven, how does your mom let you have that many TKOs and misinputs and still get away with it? He can't get away with it. Safe jump. He gets away with it. That is a 10-frame reversal, I think. So, not part of the 9-frame club. I'm not quite sure if the safe jump that Raven played there is a 9-frame proof, but most characters in the cast can safe jump 10-framers at the wall break. And that will be it. Raven takes it with old and familiar character. Safe jumps above 9, but not 9? Okay. Then, let's see what the next move is. On a quick glance, I don't think I see... Signs of Mob, so that would mean we go to our matchup number 6, right? Which should be a pretty interesting one. So we got Radune showcasing some gorilla action versus gorilla action. But who is the bigger gorilla? I think if we go back in time a little bit and sort of inspect what these two characters were in the past, I think in the past this used to be actually one of Leo's like good matchups, because when two gorillas meet and one of the gorillas is slightly stronger in the gorilla activities, it tends to reason that that gorilla is more gorilla. But what is the case here in a new game called Guilty Gear Strive? Both of the characters are, to a certain extent, very faithful to their historical iterations. That's been like one of the things I've been super happy about when it comes to DLC characters in Guilty Gear Strive. That many of these returning characters actually have retained their sort of heart and soul, even if they received like sort of remakes to their kits to a certain extent. A lot of them still feel kind of like very same as they did in the past. It's a completely different kind of conversation if you enjoy that playstyle, but for the most part, the spirit has been there for many of these returning characters, and I feel like Jam is definitely the same. Very annoying character that needs to get in, but is very hard to control because of all the scary stuff that she could send at you. Now Leo perhaps has a little bit more power to play neutral in Guilty Gear Strive than he had in the past. The gorilla is definitely there. Now, what are Leo's changes? Well, we of course got the back turn command hop or jump cancel or whatever you want to call it. That's probably the not so elephant in the room. I think everybody's been talking about it, and that's probably what we're gonna see here very soon as well. If you land that on block, it's gonna be plus. If you get a hit, should lead into a conversion as far as I'm aware. But a lot of other things, and especially things that allow you to transition into your back turn stance, have been sort of nerfed a little. The front turn stance, or as we call it in the industry. Oh, there we go, starting with the heavy DP. Not even surprised anymore. That is the calling card, or the introduction card, or the business card of Radune Leo. But yeah, it's the front turn stance is a little weaker than in the past. It's a little harder to get to the back turn stance, but when you do, the back turn is sort of cracked, as the kids say nowadays. And there is a lot of stuff. Oh my goodness! Able to recover in time and deflect the super here. Able to get into the back turn. That's one. Oh my god, that's a gorilla hop. That moves forward so much. That cleaves the skies and the kitchen as well. Sees the parry, goes for the throw. That's a smart one. Could basically attempt to take bigger rewards, but that is definitely the safest option. Wall break would be good here. Wall break is what you shall get. Ooh, that... I'm not sure if that... Maybe... Wait. Was that an absolute crazy Yomi layer by Kitty? Maybe Kitty was expecting Radune to go for like a round start heavy DP again, so they went for like a card charge and then potentially could have still gotten a punish. Who knows? Right, here comes Radune with the hop, empty hop this time. I mean, you can play that as an empty hop. What happens if you play the hop and then don't do anything and land? Does it put you in front turn or back turn? I wonder. Back turn, it looks like, is the answer. All right, here comes some junk from Jam side. Carding the Rutsu. Oh, this is gonna whiff though. Counter hit. Immediate cancel into the super to prevent Thunder Kitty from using the burst. Wow, good decision making for sure. Could have also gone for the new mechanic. Counter Blitz. Although I'm not sure if that would have been enough damage. It does secure you the wall break though. So would have been like maybe around like 150 damage maybe? Ooh, that's a punish. Okay, so if you do the follow up to your command hop or your back turn hop and connect it so high or on the way up, looks like it's gonna be quite minus. But also looks like you can actually activate it very early to the jump arc. Surely a wall break here. Radune absolutely loaded on the meter. Can't do the classic reversal super PRC anymore though. Waiting for the burst. The burst indeed comes. Arrives at the expected time. Is Thunder Kitty a wizard? A wizard burst baits exactly in time. Not too early, not too late. Oh my goodness, there's so much momentum on the Gorilla Hop that even the deflect shield wasn't able to push Radune away. Sending Ryutsui, that is +6. Lots of frame advantage for that one if you have the card ready to go. That's why a lot of players have been saying that the heavy special card is quite good. Reaction times are on point on Kitty's side here. Throws the Berserker Slash. And now, non-carded, can we get the kill? One hit, that could be an RC, right? Into wall break, into kill, into 1-1 here. Oops, that's not 1-1. There we go, that's 1-1.
Duel 1. Let's rock.
Right, nice wave punish there with the Hyapo Shinsho, colloquially known as Puffball. Got all the cards, +6. It's such a good situation for Jan, even though like I was thinking about the other day, it's kind of like since 2 stamina guard crush, the only differentiating factor, well, it's not a guard crush, but it also doesn't put you completely point blank. So Jam could theoretically backpedal out of it if the opponent mashes a throw. But you could also just frame trap the throw with your close slash. It is +6 after all. Right, bouncing forward. Ooh, taking the wall break actually. Maybe a conscious decision here. DP is an option. Oh, and an FT here. Oh no! Wait. Sending the 2D into late air dash on the jump in. The back turn D has considerable amount of extra recovery nowadays. So you can no longer do the classic back turn D into back turn D into back turn D to try to catch the opponent trying to punish you. I mean, you can, but it's less... Yo, wait, what is that bait? The hop in place. And that worked out too. Here we go, hop to the other side. And then run to the other side. Jungle drums. This is exactly the kind of Leo action that we've been dying to get for the... Like, this is exactly what we wanted, right? More cross-up nonsense. More... whatchamacallit, mental stack. More... unhinged, primal pressure that only Leo Whitefang can deliver to us. Should be a kill, right? No, doesn't quite get it. Still in position to pressure, though. It's definitely strong together. Here comes the Ryutsui, and from a very high altitude position, as well. It's so tricky. Makes you fall super fast, but at the same time, it doesn't extend your hurt box all too much, I feel like. Misses with the puffball. Ooh, clean air throw. Does cost you 50 meter. Ooh, nice 5B. Prevents the Berserker slash that way. That works too. Unfortunately, the Dragon Kick not quite loaded there. Could have killed immediately with a clean hit. I think maybe from all of the jam participants of the evening, the most sort of diverse use of all of the different cards. Ooh, fighting a close slash counter hit. Waiting for a burst. Burst never comes. Radune fights out of the corner, hops back into the corner, and then Kitty might hop into the corner again as well. There is an option. We have all sorts of jumps and flips and hops and hips. Oh, yo, wait, really? Wait, that's not. Is that a low? Did Radune let go of the stance, or what? What happened there? Can you not parry stance that? Ryutsui? I kind of like that RPS as well. So if you show your opponent that you have one particular card, for example, Ryutsui here, the heavy special card, which is a low, you could instead not use it and just go for the overhead instead, and be like, "Ha, gotcha! Did you expect low?" I don't think they're I don't think they're reactable either, because like Ryutsui looks exactly like Gekirin on the startup, and they both kind of look like the command hop as well. So there's like 3 different things that look like one another. So react to that, asshole. React to that. All right, in the stance. Oh, what was that back hitting hitbox? Go nice right away. Tell him to look, because there's another big burst bait on the screen. Kitty taking the last minute burst. Did that in an earlier game as well. Great game sense when the impending death of the opponent's character arrives. Also, the impending need, the necessity to burst out of the opponent's killing combo emerges. It's amazing, really. Oh, just out of the corner. I like that. Does get to tag them with the far slash on the way down. Radune with SDP. Here we go. Ryutsui is loaded, not choosing to rock it. Rocking the reversal super instead, and look at the reach. Moves forward like 3, 4, 5 character lengths and still cleaves. And then look at this corner carry. We're almost in the corner, basically like Weapon X. Finding a nice time with the close slash counter hit, then to the other side with the Ryujin. Or sorry, Geki, and then the Ryujin. Trying to hold the cards again. Oh, getting anti-hit by the 2D. Okay, we still got that in the game. Happy little accident, back turn D as the opponent is deflect shielding. The back turn B, unfortunately, not low profile enough to survive this reversal super. The Bunny Nado is gonna kill. Boom, shakalaka. The bunny's in the finishing screen. The bunny on the shoulder like a bazooka. I love Usagi. If I wasn't already a committed Sin player, I would probably be an Usagi player, to be honest. Got the Geki carded. But out of the 3 cards, the Gekirin may be the least neutral skippy one. So it will usually require you to get close and personal in order to utilize it. Deflect shield works out good. Look at the back turn D. What you coming in for? What are you coming in for with? Puffball? Ooh, a little too early. So getting a counter throw here. Flip to the other side. Ooh, that's a very delayed overhead option there. That's another thing, like if the opponent is expecting Gekirin stuff, then they might just stand up and do nothing. And you might get away with a command hop into a lot of shenanigans, into a lot of plus frames. Comes down with the Ryutsui. However, the 2D is stronger from Leo Whitefang. Again, this same RPS, are you kidding me? That kind of like a double read. If the jam player wakes up with a parry, it works out. If they wake up with a deflect shield, it works out that time as well. Radune with a lot of meter here. This certainly is gonna ensure in slaughter. And able to somewhat tame the dragon for now.
Duel 1.
Or at least break the momentum. Is it a dragon or is it a bunny? Maybe it's a bunny riding a dragon. Oh, there's the speaking of the dragon from downtown. It's like it's interesting to see against a very wild player, wild Leo player like Radune. What is Radune gonna like? What is Radune's game plan if the opponent is like doing this shit? It's like there's nothing that Leo can do at that distance other than I guess you could projectile and make. Yeah, exactly. I was like projectile would be my first thought as well. Like if you're dragon kicking in, then like kick these projectiles. Oh, a little bit too stubby. Common problem. Oh, come on, hopping over there, back in there, and then there and back again. Tolkien would be proud of you. Ooh, hopping into the pressure. Oh my goodness. So much mindfuck from both these characters in the current version of the game. If you're not used to all of this hipping and hopping around, it might be too much. Even trade there, both players knocking each other down. However, Radune Leo does have the better position here. The neutral hop and then the hop forward and then the dunk. And what next? Can't do why? Like I think can't do really anything about the buffered gold burst there while you're holding the back turn stance. One more, blocking it casually, and then giving them the leggy. 3-3. All right, we've shaken hands. What next? Are we gonna punch? Are we gonna kick? Are we gonna micro dash into 6p round start to call out the opponent's high profile pokes? Ooh, the classic Radune RPS here. 2D into DP, that time it whiffed. Oh, can we get an air throw? Yes, indeed. Same brain cell. Working counter hit from the turbulence. That's gonna take Radune into the back turn stance, and that's gonna mean we got some pressure here. Uchui. Small knockdown, but then getting thrown. Back and forth, tries to throw here. Oh, misses barely with the gorilla spin, or the gorilla hop follow-up. What's that called? I think all the buttons in the command hop produce the same hitbox. That is the you know what I'm talking about. The one that is the picture that is in Radune's player card. Oh my goodness! Throwing the forward moving momentum of turbulence. That works definitely. Rutsui ends up completely whiffing, unfortunately. Radune crouching and then kicking of the flash kind, and then kicking of the 2D kind, and then hopping. Oh, got one frame there, huh? Oh wait, maybe not necessarily. Maybe not necessarily. If you're trying to counterplay this move, the Berserker Slash with a strike, then you're a little bit more prone to getting traded. Trading to the other side, plant another tree, looking for one more hit, take the corner. Can pretty much basically always take it, I think. Even if the opponent is back against the corner, the Berserker Slash from Leo can procure that position if you so desire. Carries a risk, of course, if your opponent is ready to let you take it, so to speak. Ooh, close slash anti-air of the counter hit kind. We get a very nice combo, hopping to, oh my god, faking a cross up, then going to the other side, maybe overshooting a little bit. Kitty has so much resource. Soon to be cards as well. Yutsui, +6, gets a frame chop again, and that's gonna be a quick Bunny Nado for the win. It is like, if you haven't seen Jam's frame data, it can be a little perplexing at first, for sure. because it's like a lot of numbers that you have to remember, and some of the special moves have like completely different frame data depending on if they're carded or if they're uncarded. Ryutsui is like one of those. -3 on normal and +6 on carded version. Speaking of the devil, this time looking to engage. Oh, sending the dragon kick. Saving the Ryutsui card. Oh, to the other side. In the buff ball. Yeah, I guess it's like when you have the heavy card, you probably don't want to use it to combo that much, because like as far as we've seen so far, I don't think I've seen any of the Jam players combo out of the heavy one. Yo! No, it's still edible! It's still edible! Are you kidding me? That was the reversal super as well, right? What an RPS situation! Dash in reversal super. Here comes Radune with the wall break. Ready to build some sweet little resource. Going into the stance. Gasol gets a little bit of a punish there, but not in the position to get anything grand. Ah, I love that. Land a strike on the stance and then produce another strike with a red Roman cancel. If the Radune player, if the Leo player lets go of the stance, then they will get broken by the shockwave. Very close to 50. Giddy's also holding on to. Look at the recovery! The recovery is absolute madness! The 3-frame recovery out of that Ryutsui. She's ready to press a button immediately.
Duel 1. Let's rock.
Ooh, getting a big one. Starting things off with a counter hit and another one. If this was if this was Exert, this would be close to a stun. Luckily, this ain't. Again, the same strategy. Ram yourself into them with a pop ball and then expect them to break the stance and then produce a shockwave with the Roman cancel. Geki? Not opting to use it though. Another mindfuck mix-up kind of a situation. Did you check my card? If you checked Geki and if you stood up, you guessed wrong. Taking the Ryutsui this time, expecting it to not be blocked. Unfortunately was though. Wall break, it's okay. Radune with a severe life disadvantage, but again, the big cleave of this move hits forward, hits upwards, hits everywhere. I guess Radune was not in an angle where the Jumpy was in a position to, you know, skip past the big hitbox that is, the living hitbox that is this Chinese woman. Coming in with the big punches and kicks and everything, and then cooks you dinner. It's kind of cool. I do enjoy women that punch me in the face and cook me dinner afterwards. Right? Who doesn't? Stagger pressure, and then the overhead. And ever looming threat of the high-low, the unreactable back turn heavy. Ooh, the 2K was in stance, but was barely in range to break it. Of course, with the throw a little bit too early, that's unfortunate. Kicking guard, very fast, overhead. RC baits the burst. It's working like a clock-worked, oiled, well-maintained machine. And a half. Giddy has gotten like a very considerable percentage of Radune's burst this set. It's extremely great game sense in that sort of way. With the Ryutsui card and the Geki card, both used in a burst of momentum. Was that a cross-up? That kind of looked like a cross-up, but I'm not sure. Maybe front, maybe back, who knows? Sliding into the low. Another 2D. Yeah, that's a little bit too close. That's gonna get punished by the 5-framer. I think her 2K is a 5-framer, right? I'm pretty sure. Dear me, look at the score. That's 7-3. Holy. I think if we try to differentiate the jam players tonight, what shines through from Kitty's play is the ability to kind of mix and match all of the cards. I mean, Kitty utilized a little bit less of the Rygand card, the Dragon Kick card, than many other jam players tonight. Relying like kind of like 50-50 or like 40-40 on the Ryutsui and the Gekirin, and then just a little bit of the Dragon Kick. But for the most part, using the Dragon Kick actually uncarded, which I think it works for the function pretty well. It's just what gets improved is the damage, right, and the wall break capability, but not much else. Okie dokie, so we're moving on to the matchup slot number 7 here. Another big high-level match. Kaimitek from France facing off against Big Papa ZoKHiZ, the big body extraordinaire. With the new and tweaked read nerfed Potemkin. Quite a bit so, actually. Whether we get to play the number 2 slot, the number 1 slot match remains to be seen, but there is still hope. There is still potentially hope. On average, maybe 20 more minutes before we've finished all of our sets for the evening. We potentially get one more jam set afterwards, but if not, then this will be potentially the last dance of the evening. Another bedman match, this time versus Potemkin. Now, Potemkin changes. The positives are that if you are a fundamentals Potemkin player, then you've gotten a very decent extra buff to your movement speed, which definitely matters a lot if you sort of understand how these non-dash, non-mobility characters are usually played. Being able to move forward fast is quite useful. I'm not sure if they probably didn't tweak the modifier for Potemkin for building meter from forward walking. So like the speed you move forward does not make a difference, if I'm not mistaken. I might be mistaken though. Other than that though, it's a lot of nerfs to Potemkin's kit. System and otherwise. Losing command grab armor, losing command grab in throw invulnerability, Gigantor moving forward basically at the same speed as you walk forward now, so moves forward faster, stays on the screen less. 5 heavy is no longer a hard knockdown, so it pushes the opponent away on hit, very far away, which is usually not the kind of position that Potemkin wants to find himself in, I reckon. What else? Lows kill Potemkin's armor now on Hammerfall. And I think while we're waiting for Kaimitek, let me pull out the rest of Potemkin's patch changes. Take a little peek at it. What else was there? Oh yeah, FDB, aka the Flick. The projectile is, I think, a little harder to utilize now because it's less active. And is that everything? Oh yeah, then there was the buff question mark, which basically reads that 6 heavy from Potemkin moves forward just a little bit, giving you a couple of extra pixels of reach. at neutral when you use that. Which is, I guess, not bad, because Potemkin's hurt box is naturally like pretty retracted. So even if you move forward a little, it's usually not going to be that big of a, you know, that big of a downside. You're probably in a position like if you're positioning yourself at neutral to footsies with 6 heavy, then you're probably already at a distance where the opponent is going to whiff. But I think those are, for the majority of it, the Potemkin change. Oh yeah, jump D. Oh, the cheeks got nerfed as well. No way. Jump D can theoretically be, you know, casually 6 speed now, I've heard. But don't quote me on that. Well, yeah, let's see what's what.
Mankind knew that they cannot
Lots
change
of
society,
projectiles potentially coming at ZoKHiZ's way.
They blamed
And I think luckily the spikes that Bedman can shoot, as at least the non-enhanced ones, are relatively slow. Like, they're not instant projectiles by any means, but they're also not stun edge speed either, so they're slightly faster. Not the easiest thing in the flick, sorry, not the easiest thing in the world to flick, but not the hardest thing either, I guess. And if the lightning strike error happens at a like a auto cast interval, then technically it should be like just a set timing for you to flick it right if you're absolutely cracked. Oh, looking good here. Are these new roots? That's a lot of 6 heavies in a path. That's a lot of damage as well. Holy. But I know from experience, having played against ZoKHiZ before and having watched a lot of his games, ZoKHiZ is definitely a liker of the 6 heavy, even before this patch. So, likes to utilize it for footsies a lot if possible. Tries to maybe hop over, and enough momentum. Yeah, that... I mean, it's not like the flicked projectile has stayed on the screen very long in the past either. But certainly, it fired from a full screen away. Oh, got the hit there. Like Kaimitek was doing something at that very time. Standard, round start, walk back, bar slash. We've been doing this since the beginning of time. Back when we lived in the caves. Nullifying the incoming projectile error. Ooh, get caught by the 2 heavy. Lots of forward moving momentum for a Bedman's 2 heavy there. Ooh, that works as well. That's one way to stop the incoming projectile. Just flick into it, because flick reaches so far that you might accidentally hit Bedman. Even on block, it's gonna nullify the projectile, right? And then Buster for the win. Busting makes me feel good, they say. There is still definitely some amount of busting to be done. In fact, there is probably a lot of busting to be done, even with the nerfed Potemkin Buster. It is still command grab. It is still extremely long reach. It can be performed with the Kara input to perform the sliding motion. Is that what they call Karas in this game? Sliding? And of course, you know, it's still a grappler mix-up. It's just, it doesn't necessarily allow you to mash it from defensive position that much anymore, having lost some of its juice. Ooh, Kaimitek got in time to bar slash. Tried to delay to maybe create an enhanced error. Looking for a potential error here. RC. Oh, interesting. Canceling the fast RC with a 5B, which produces very little amount of hit stop and block stun. And transitioning into a throw out of that. I kind of like that. That was a jump scare. Speaking of jump scare, though, would that kill? Would that kill? Kaimitek definitely thought it would. And with the 100 meters, ZoKHiZ with the flick reactions from 2 decades away. I've been, like, in a lot of cases, ZoKHiZ could potentially say, I've been flicking projectiles longer than you've been alive. And how would you respond to that? Because it could be true if you're like Gen Z or something. Is Gen Z, how old is Gen Z at the moment? They're getting close to their 30s, right? Or are they still closer to 20s? I'm not sure. How does time work? Right, activating the impending error here, using it to combo into an empty low. So it's a jump slash out of there, hop to the other side, and buster time. That's gonna actually be enough. 25-ish? Yeah, that sounds about right. So it's 2026 at the moment. And XX came out in 2001? Or around the year 2000, so it could be possible that ZoKHiZ has been bustering people and flicking projectiles longer than you've been alive. That's kind of scary. Jump slash, transitioning to the pressure. Kaimitek with the rolling error. Oh, got the cross up. We saw that in the first matchup of the evening between, or sorry, was it the, no, that was the matchup between Detada and Jalis. We saw that movement a lot, but Jalis didn't get hit by that very much. But now, the cross-up bomb heads are working out. That's a heavenly Patenki Buster. However, the hitbox moves forward, diagonally forward, while Kaimitek is right above. Skies are clear, maybe too clear today. You would hope there's at least something in the way. First used, immediate flick. Yo, these flicks are kind of nutty. It's exactly what we were talking about earlier. The auto time of the lightning strike. Like, you can kind of use the visual, sorry, not the visual, the auditory cue as like when it goes off and just flick at that very moment. But of course, this is the counterplay, exactly what Kaimitek did here. You want to prevent the opponent Potemkin from flicking for free into it, so you would love to sort of poke them before maybe the error goes off. It's a tricky RPS situation. Is like, are you gonna wait for the safe engagement, or the engagement that was supposed to be safe, the error, or are you gonna try to prevent Potemkin from, you know, countering that? Fighting games, I love them. Speaking of the error here, ZoKHiZ choosing to not flick this time around. Ooh, powering through the armor into guard crush, classic stuff. Jump S pressure. the hammer fall break into. Oh, we got at least one. That's gonna break the wall. No way, that's not gonna break the wall. Yo, it's gonna break ZoKHiZ's wall! What the frick? Yo. I mean, I know that the different counter blitzes do break the wall at different distances for different different characters. And I think Potemkin might be on one of the lower scale end ones. Nice bait here. That's gonna put a nail in the coffin. And Kaimitek on the board. I can't believe that counter blitz just didn't break the wall. That was way past round start distance as well.
Mankind knew that they
Because I think that was probably one of the core ideas that ZoKHiZ wanted there, just to get the wall break with the burst investment. Would it be too powerful if it broke from a little bit further away? I don't think so, maybe. Because it's like, it's very low damage and resource intensive already. times with the jump D. Here comes ZoKHiZ spending the 50 meter, going to guard crush. Try to push 2P, no sir. ZoKHiZ a little bit too far away. The jump slash pressure, the re-jump pressure. The classic Potemkin stop powers through. Perfectly timed RC. And waiting for the strike. Jump slash, hop, jump slash, into close slash, counter hit, bam, wham. Thank you, Spadam. Ooh, that's a great opportunity to go for the heat tackle when the opponent is airborne. Doesn't even matter if you land a hit on the opponent, it's gonna pull them back on the ground with lots of plus frames for you. As long as you don't whiff. That's a horrible fate. 6P into Buster, it's gonna be surely a kill. ZoK moves up, couple of points, 3-1. Very, very confident kind of play. Like, this is kind of like, even though ZoKHiZ might not be the top dog of the Potemkin ladders necessarily, he's kind of like the confidence of the play style is, oh, that was exactly what I was saying earlier. Don't whip that. Don't whip that shit. That's gonna be a close slash punish. But the confidence shining through from, you know, decades of fighting games. The throat break actually nullifying the error at the disadvantage of Kaimitek's deflection. Was that a misinput? That does not push ZoKHiZ anywhere. ZoKHiZ is against the corner, and deflect shield can only push you away, or rather can only push your opponent away, but not you. Time to guess for the game, and I think that's the game. At least a round. Okay, sending it from the round start, but it doesn't get checked, or rather, it does get checked, but it doesn't get punished. And in those kind of situations, you're super happy to maybe send it again in the future, like so. If your opponent consistently misses a punish on a minus close slash move, is it minus close slash? I think it's minus close slash, right? Then, yeah, why not gamble it away? Nice hit there. The new improved, or quotation improved, 5 heavy sending Kaimitek rolling into the corner. Buster, one more, 100 meter, time to guess. Where's it gonna come from? Ooh, doesn't get the mix up right. I think the idea was to throw between the little gap that you can create there. If you jump B at the perfect moment between the hits of Gigantor, you can actually take the opponent out of the block stun momentarily and get a command grab mix up in there. But the timing is a little tricky as far as I've understood. Right, hammering it down, jump slash, big hitbox, keeping it in there. That was a small little combo. Basically an APC took like half of Kaimitek's life. And Bedman is not a soft character either. Ooh, it's a big hit on Malfunction. Party starter. ZoKHiZ finds the angle this time. No escape. You're at a perfect 45-degree angle. Fight B, walk back. What you gonna do? Nothing? Another poke. Or another jab. Oh, that's gonna be a Potter punish. Instead of taking the Buster, went for a... Is it a bigger punish there? Close slash, meterless? Unsure. But it's definitely more value taking the opponent's burst as well as getting the punish in the end. And that's all she wrote. ZoKHiZ on an absolute roll. Acting like a road roller, if you will. Maybe even a baller. Can we get a caller who says put on a collar on this rabid dog that is ZoKHiZ? Oh, there it is again. The game sense to go for hunt for those heat tackles I mean, it stands to reason that you're playing against Potemkin, sorry, not Potemkin, Bedman, who loves to go in this, yeah, exactly that kind of angle, utilizing that Magneto-style 8-way air dash movement. Basically, the perfect position to land those heat tackles if you know Bedman is gonna be there. Time to Buster, lights out. Break the bed frame. Is the spirit broken though? Does Kaimitek still have fighting spirit left in there? Oh, that's so unfortunate. Wait, what was that hit? The hit came down from a really weird angle as Kaimitek was punishing the recovery frames of whatchamacallit, the armor move. Again in this position, ZoKHiZ utilizing those long-reaching Potemkin moves, tries to rev up the 6 heavy. However, that's a very slow move. Kaimitek moves in position. This is another character that walks forward extremely fast. In fact, both of these characters completely lacking forward dashes, and ZoKHiZ blocks it from behind. What is this sequence? Gets a misinput on Buster, gets a, I think that's what happened, gets a Mega Fist to the wrong direction. Still anybody's game. ZoKHiZ at 50 though. Here we go. It was an okay read. The opponent was a little bit too far though. And as a result, both players kind of dry. This position would definitely favor Kaimitek. One lightning strike into, roll forward, pull up, throw them, Batman style. Oppan Batman style. Alright, that's half gone. What do we do next? ZoKHiZ finds another one. Maybe third one. That's what they were thinking. They would be thinking that the third one's coming. Oh! They were thinking that they don't want to deal with any of it. And ZoKHiZ just calmly jumps in, takes the burst, and moves on to very, very threatening 6 points. Is it gonna be over like this? Kaimitek needs a boost of some kind. But what can we do here? What's the play? With punished heavy buttons is definitely a good start. Nice, comes down with a very, 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 I guess I can't use the word meaty because that means something completely different in fighting games. Jump slash into jump D, gets mixed up. We got the error as well, or is it still there? Yep, plays it with the 5D tap. Little nice, uninterruptible overhead mix-up. Looking like a, yeah, this is exactly what Kaimitek needs. This is the kind of rounds we're gonna need. Gets an OTG there, I think, maybe? Or was that off the tech? Once again, hopping into the air, making ZoKHiZ whip those slowly recovering normals, and then comes down from the skies. A flying bed frame. What do you mean beds don't fly in real life as well? Rapid block, 5-3 dash push, Kaimitek back into the corner, tries to delay the air momentum, and I think generate no, I think there was no error at the time. Maybe? A little too far, like literally one meter away from the 50 tension. It's gonna have it now at least. But do we get to utilize it? ZoKHiZ cashing out. No way, that's kill. Yeah, no, not quite. The Buster does take the opponent to the corner with the RC. This could be a kill. ZoKHiZ gets a burst back. No, it doesn't. Very, very close. Literally was gonna get a burst back from the next hit. But Kaimitek doing perfect mental math, finishing with a big slam, 6 heavy, I think. Picking up a button that is most likely to kill the opponent. I'm not sure if that's normal routing, if that was just a cracked game sense, but I'm gonna give the benefit of the doubt and say it was a premeditated, sick gamer move. That's at least the storyline that we're writing here on Bounty Hunters. Ooh, yeah, the heat tackle does have armor, pushing through the projectiles as well. Taking maybe a Buster mix-up here. for a response from the opponent. Comes Kaimitek with errors and everything. There it is again, the FRC, the 5P in the throw. It's so hard to see. At a point when you're reacting that, oh shit, I actually got 5 beat, I got jabbed there, you're already taking the throw. Not quite able to get extra strikes in there, or lows for that matter. 6 heavy counter hits. I think it's over. Yep, it's over. It's a combo that ZoKHiZ has definitely done before. It's a combo that has definitely been done to me. Ooh, turbo boost into the sunset. Gets a nice flick on the lightning strike as well. Ooh, that's yeah. There's a little bit too saucy. Sending the extra big bomb head explosion, and then the deflect shield not providing enough pushback. Another big extra juicy error. There we go. Nice read from Kaimitek. Able to see the 5P tech, but now we need to better our position. We have 100. We're blocking a mix-up here. Is it the throw? It doesn't work again. However, Kaimitek not able to escape the situation. Have to use the burst. Still 100 or almost 100. Can we kill RC into a super? Can we get a wall? Yes, we can. No, but we're queuing up the super properly. ZoKHiZ with the 50. Still takes the damage, even though it is armored, the heat tackle. The rules of Potemkin dictate that you take the damage with your face. Even if you're armoring it, you still take it. If you break it, you buy it. Kind of a thing. Is that an accurate analogy? I don't think so. Drilling down with the extra error as well. Kaimitek has definitely the kind of momentum that you need to flip this, flip the direction of the snowball. It's gotten mighty big, but now we need to roll it back. ZoKHiZ so close to the burst. Oh no! This is that's the same jab, and cash out. Misses it. Spaghetti on the floor. Is it over? It's over. Oh my goodness. Lots of spaghetti from both players. I think maybe that was supposed to be some sort of FRC or something. We went into the jump slash rehop kind of pressure. The opponent was nowhere to be found. It's okay. We somehow found the last hit. Oh gosh, it all started from the... I'm not sure if Kaimitek wanted to go like for an empty low or an empty throw, but did get counter thrown into the corner, and that was basically all she wrote. Batman is definitely juicy though. That when you're fighting like a Potemkin player who is so good at flicking stuff, it feels really difficult. Because like, can you even afford to fire spikes? Can you even play that matchup without using spikes? These are the questions that we dumb commentators ask ourselves, while the absolute gamer units, of course, know the answer already. Okay, well, let's take a last look if we have access to mob. I think the answer is no. I think it's looking like the last matchup did not manifest,
or the first matchup, depending on your point of view. But all in all, I think it's been a fun little evening. We got a lot of jam stuff. I certainly learned a lot. I did like the one thing I actually researched quite a bit was like how does jam work, because there was no doubt there was not gonna be a lot of jam players tonight. So yeah, we got through, and the character looks pretty fun. Honestly, I probably wouldn't mind picking like a side hustle jam as well. Character looks like a lot of fun. And a lot of player expression going into that character as well. Because to begin with, when you get opportunities to charge cards, it makes a huge difference like what you charge. It's like, are you gonna be the heavy gang? You getting the pressure card? Are you gonna be the mix-up gang? You get the Geki? Or are you just gonna be a madness gang and just get a YOLO Ryujin card? I mean, maybe the Ryujin card is actually the quotation neutral card, because technically, if you think about it, Jam gets like really good conversions from buttons, just buttons like S buttons, /, 2S into carded Dragon Kick. I think you can't make the conversion doesn't work unless you have a card ready to go, and it is a big conversion as well. It's a crap ton of damage if you have it using carded and then just get a single hit confirm. So maybe I mean there is madness factor to that Ryujin card for sure. Whenever you engage in the activity of just doing whatcha at neutral at random, it is a risk. But I think you can play that card very patiently as well. So there is a lot of expression to this fun little character Jam. Okay, but I think what's gonna happen is we're probably gonna do at least one more event next week, because I feel kind of bad because there were a lot of people who wanted to get in and to get their character showcased on 2.0. We're at least gonna do another event maybe next week, and then we'll see what's what after that. That's how we're gonna proceed for now. And we'll see what the future holds. Hope you had fun in the first Bounty Hunters 2.0 event. Hope you are liking the game. I truly do. I am liking the game much more than in the past. And to bright Guilty Gear Strive futures, a toast to more things to come. Okay. We're gonna sign up for now. If you want to sign up for next week, join the Discord. The sign-up forms are gonna be posted there in just a minute. And yeah, it's a wrap. We'll see you next Sunday. Till then, bye. Bye.